Half giant. Sorry.
Female half giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the whole gang of Urukites along for the ride.
5 more giants needed. 5 more. Let's see. More giants needed.
All right. Twitch is live, putting out the good word.
Skywill and Soul together. I mean, more and more together. That's everybody, right?
Can close all these tabs. Where's my desert ambience? The sandy wastes.
That is everybody. Awesome.
Those horns.
Oh, I suppose if the moi's in the basket, I cannot throw up on one of the hurricanes.
Come and cuddle with me.
Yeah, you're gonna need one more giant, I think, for the Urkites.
This one's called Dying World. Yeah, perfect.
You are cuddled by the body of a big gladiatory man.
Alright, Dark Sun, the Sea of Silt. You guys set out on your voyage from the docks of Bitterwell. You travel out deep into the Sea of Silt. I think I described the weather. I described how you had to have your protections against the silt. If you don't have a sandstorm mask on, you will suffocate and die. Even inside the baskets. It's still a very dirty ride. Silt kind of seeps in from every nook and cranny, making everything rather claustrophobic as you're shuffling along. The giants are wading sort of waist deep in sort of thick, billowing drifts of silt, and beneath that, their giant feet are sort of like crushing down into sandy layers that are underneath that can kind of hold their weight. And they're moving very carefully along an ancient route that they know, so that they don't deviate and fall off into some sort of sinkhole or chasm.
I would like to pick the giant that knows common.
Most of them know common decently well. They all speak giant fluently, and they speak common okay.
While I'm traveling with this guy, I would like to try to learn some giant from him.
Okay.
Still easier.
So since I'm a half giant, maybe he'll try to talk to me in giant.
I think it's a common language for giants.
I don't speak giant.
No, I think it's given.
No, I don't get a language for half giants.
Do you have any persuasion?
I don't got a lot of persuasion, but I can try.
What's your mod?
Joe, Joe, I don't want to interrupt there, but you're supposed to be hidden and invisible.
All right, pick 2 words. He'll teach you 2 words before he gets fed up with you.
He's invisible inside the basket.
Well, I thought that was the plot, that we faked his death, and then he snuck in with one of the giants.
What are you talking about?
You don't remember.
No, he was
I
sleeping.
vaguely remember that.
Well, you might have been gone too.
They realized they couldn't put me on. They realized they had to put me on their shoulder.
They just put the basket over like your upper torso and head, but like you're doing like the piggyback ride. You're just on the giant's shoulders.
I climbed up. I don't know 2 words. I would fucking need to know.
Well, I'll give you time to think about it, because this happens over the course of like an entire day's travel, so you have plenty of time to think about what words you want to learn.
2 words? I get to learn 2 words?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I rolled kind of low for you, so didn't work out.
I'm just kind of confused. Should be
What was the first thing you learned in different languages?
I also wanted to talk to the giant.
It's like No Man's Sky. You go up to the little alien, and you say, "Teach me a word of your language," and he says, "Here's the word," and you say, "Teach me more," and he's like, "No, never."
Like 2 days worth. He's like, nah, I'm not teaching you anything. Nope. I was gonna try to have conversations with this guy.
Well, you can talk to him. The giant. His name is Bobongus.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's I wanted him to be our conversations would be mostly in common, and he would just blurt out giant words every so often, and I'd be like, uh huh. I don't really know what that means.
The giants are not very talkative.
Oh, Taurus would be in his ear though.
Sure.
Like,
I'll
maybe
speak
I
in
dominate
giant with
the
my giant.
conversation.
They're mostly
I'll ask him
polite.
about his long life.
They're polite, and they'll try to answer questions in common, since you guys are sort of like customers. Sorry, what's your question?
I'm gonna ask him about his long life and what kind of adventure he has found and seen in the Silt deserts.
Well,
She is here.
he'll tell you that life in the Silt Seas is rough. Everybody is abrasive, and times are difficult, and sometimes it can leave you with a bit of a salty attitude towards life, and you could become bitter. Well, I digress. He sort of goes on. He talks a lot about minerals. He's really interested in rocks. It's like
Has he seen any special rocks, or maybe some crystals or anything out of the ordinary through his long travels?
no, yes, indeed. On the island, you will see many crystals. The island is volcanic. The volcanism makes crystals grow.
And you must see a lot of strangers, carrying all these people across.
Very few travelers come to the island.
Have you seen anyone lately? Anyone maybe mysterious that required your assistance?
The occasional dwarves that are looking for minerals near the volcano.
Anyone else? Maybe a little bit more mysterious than
What about
greedy
a
dwarf?
figure that makes any of your giant companions have night terrors?
He shakes his head and he says, "No dream, no terror in night. Sleep well, comfortable."
Okay. I'll share with you, Morg, that while during downtime I made some prayers to my god. I did a divinity a few times, and my god replied that there's a very, very good chance that that mysterious man and these assassins that tried to poison us are most likely connected, and that the mysterious traveler is going towards the east. I don't know why. Is it maybe he's following us, or maybe that's a destination where he's heading? Maybe he's trying to interrupt us in our way while we're trying to go and resolve the issue of psionics.
Every indication is that he's ahead of you, to the east.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was asking these giants if maybe they needed to carry somebody that way.
Nah, he'll tell you there hasn't been another traveler since a group of dwarves that came looking for some psi crystal. The giants have no use for psi.
Okay.
They don't even have psi strength.
They got nothing. Giants are not into psionics.
Half giants are.
Are they
I
protected
wanted to
against?
ask the giants a question.
Do they have any type of protection against psionics?
And he just shrugs his shoulders and says, "Mind power, no work."
Oh, cool. Sorry.
kind of blessed to be a little bit more simple without the mind powers. Nobody gets the headaches. Is there a town on the volcano island?
The giant city. Our home. We travel to it.
Okay. Do you guys have food on the volcanic island?
Of course, plentiful food.
I always imagined volcanic island to be kind of more bare because of the volcano.
Oh, ground is incredibly fertile and green, lush, big
Listen,
trees.
Do you have any druids in your tribe of giants?
Yeah.
Oh.
He'll tell you there's a shaman, a great shaman indeed, highly respected among their people. They'll only speak of the shaman in hushed terms, hushed tones. They're very almost like intimidated by his power. So yes, the answer is yes.
Would it be possible for us to meet him?
No doubt. If you meet with the king of the giants, he will be there.
Oh, if you do it. I look forward to it.
All right, your travels continue. Time goes by. Occasionally, you will grow curious, and you might want to peek outside and see what your surroundings are like. It does let in a little bit of silt, but it's hard to resist. And at one of those times, everybody roll a perception check.
Oh, I wanted to be watching all the time.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Just all of the sand is in your basket now.
Are we able to use any of our psionic abilities at all? No direction.
It's supposed to cost 4 times as much.
30, 20.
So I have the bonus action, no direction.
23.
Can I try that?
For things like that, it's probably like I'd reduce the distance that it works by 4, down to
Let's
a quarter.
I get advantage on perception, nature, and survival checks. It's a bonus action
Yeah, I guess so.
for 1 hour. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try it.
But it would only last for a quarter of an hour.
Okay. I'll use it for this check.
So you'll notice that it's difficult. You hit the wall, the psionic interference, and it causes great distress whenever you try to use a psionic ability. So you can do this. It works, but it's hard, and it gives you a headache.
A dirty 20.
I got a
More
23.
got a 23. Nice.
Nice.
I get a dirty 20, and when I strain to go past it with my no direction, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Okay, visibility is a problem. It usually discourages extensive travel within the Silt Sea. The dust that blows up from the surface creates a thick fog that reduces vision to about 30 feet. Sometimes even less if it's a particularly thick or windy day. The fog coats everything from clothing to skin, even your lungs if you're not taking precautions, and it can kill you within moments. And as you're looking out into the sand, you're actually going to see a pretty regular pattern of the drifts of silt. It's kind of like wispy, swirling, and you'll see it pretty regularly. It's everywhere, just like little bits of dust and silt being kicked up into these like dust devils. And then every once in a while, if you rolled high enough, over 20, you'll see something as if there's like something moving through and disrupting those little drifts of silt. You never catch a glimpse of what it is, but you can tell the movements of it because it's leaving a little bit of a dispersion in the silt.
I
That's
will
my-
alert our group, and I'm gonna alert to the giant and let him know if he thinks that might be something dangerous.
All right, the giant gives out a deep Deep laugh. Tiny creatures fear heavy feet of giant. And just to emphasize that, he stamps his foot as hard as he can, causing almost like an earthquake in the area. All the silt for about 100 feet out all just pops up into the air and then settles back down in a big ripple outward. Whatever was out in the silt scampers away immediately, like off into the dust.
Can you guys hear me?
Ask him.
What's up, Silt?
Yo, what's up? My computer had a shit break, and now it's back working.
Cool.
Is it working though?
Yeah, tabletop is
Now we're only missing Skywell.
Nice.
Can I ask my question now?
Sure.
What question?
Or that's what I'm gonna ask.
Let him ask his
Um,
question.
What do they do all day?
Oh, you're asking the giant what he does all day? The giant will tell you that he ferries people from one place to another, back and forth, and when he's not doing that, he's hunting. He hunts great and powerful beasts. He'll describe to you something that's got like a big bloated body and like a whole mess of arms that are real nasty. But he'll tell you that it's quite tasty. He likes to eat the tentacles. You can slurp those tentacles down like a noodle, just like the whole thing, just right down the gullet. He really likes those tentacles. Sometimes they're kind of inky though, and you want to squeeze out the ink before you eat it, because it can make the tentacles taste bad. I don't know. What else do you want to know?
Okay. How do I put this? I want to basically try to figure out if any of that could be used to cover the expense. Like, you know how some spells call for like incense and such worth GP. I want to know if any of the things that he killed could be like used for ingredients.
He thinks about it for a bit, and he says sometimes the shaman will request that we bring things back from a kill. Usually bitey stuff that tries to poison. Most giants are too tough to be poisoned by weak things.
Out of character, we're going to a temple because the box should be in the temple that we're going to, right?
Yeah, you're looking for a clue about the psionic dampening field, which is supposed to be in an ancient temple, which is on the volcanic island known as Lake Island.
They know that we're doing that?
Okay, so you guys showed up at the docks of Bitterwell, and you found the dwarf who knows the giants and has the horn, and then he summoned the giants whose job is to ferry people between the shore and the islands. And so they're basically just performing a service. They don't know what your mission is. I mean, you could say that you're going to talk to the Giant King, or you could go for the reason that dwarves usually go there, to get minerals and materials, to buy things, which is like mercantilism. So
we're going to their home then.
You could say whatever you want. Like I think the Urakites are treating it like a diplomatic mission, like they're going to go talk to the Giant King and say that Hamanu of Urik would like the Giants' assistance in solving the psionic effect, and the Giants don't care because they don't care about psionics, and so in theory you'll be able to go there and get the scroll right away.
Okay, last question before I stop talking again. They have their own religion.
They have a shaman, a respected shaman, and he's sort of their holy man.
No, but like what's their layperson understanding of like spirituality?
They're actually earth magic.
All right, I'll shut up then.
Like, he'll describe some of what the shaman is respected for, and you get the gist that he's very in tune with the earth. He'll tell you that the very earth trembles at his step, for he is the mighty shaman of the giant tribe. And some of the miracles that he performs are to make spikes of the earth grow up out of the ground and impale his enemies and then shatter, damaging them with bits of stone. They say he's even able to meld into stone or to make the earth erupt. He's got all sorts of miracles that they can attest to him performing against enemies of the giants.
All right, that's all been taken into account. Game continue, I guess.
All right. Does anybody else want to talk to the giants? Let me see here. So you're traveling through the Silt Sea, and the giants are starting to get tired after many hours of travel. And the giant, he's gonna double back. He was kind of leading the way, the one that wasn't carrying anybody. He doubles back from his scouting ahead, and he'll shout out to everybody, "I have spotted an island. We will camp there for the night." And so the giants are going to approach this little piece of land. Let's see here. Let me find this bag here. I had it saved. I need to get some of these images out. Alright. So the area that you're in has all these weathered stone formations all over the place like this. Alright. The giants are going to set you down here, and they're going to say, "It is time to rest." And the giants are going to, tell you, "You stay here." They're going to go and they're going to set up on this other adjacent island over here, because there's not enough space for everyone. So all the giants are going to leave you right there, and they're all going to go off. And you guys can make camp. So what are you gonna do for your camp here? What's your camping plan?
Who's this big white square? Is there a big white square here for anyone else?
Shouldn't be.
But who is it?
That is Taurus.
On my screen, he's a cube.
Here, if I cut him and paste him, can you see him now?
Still a cube.
That actually became a second.
Yeah, he turns into a white cube while it's loading. You might be having loading issues.
Yeah, I think this computer's coming to an end. It might.
Tragic. Time to get a new computer.
So what's the opposite of infantilize?
Inmanalize? I know that's not a word.
Oh, let me try.
I don't know. Is there a word for that? I mean, we might have to invent it right now. In macho-anize? In masculine-ize?
Whatever.
In begin.
So can I make a check on these statues? Or these obelisks or whatever it is?
Yeah. By all means, check them out.
Alright, well, basic surface level observation, describe them.
Let's see. It's got a written description here. All right, so as you wade through the silt, you spot the small island, blah, 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 blah. It is covered in slabs of stone, toppled upon one another in a random fashion. Each of the stones is approximately 2 feet wide and 3 feet long. Most of the stones are cracked and chipped, and all appear to have been carved and weathered by the winds and dust that have passed over them, probably for aeons. The giants, they stop at the island to allow you to get off while they continue onward to scout the surrounding area and to locate the next path outbound toward Lake Island. So,
Can I make out what any of them say?
they're incredibly weathered. There's nothing you can really read on them. Keep in mind, they've been here for thousands of years.
How's the party of ne'er-do-wells doing?
It's a good question. Let's see here. Did I have a bag with all the urikites in it? I don't see it here.
They still acting like devils.
Yeah, definitely. Hang on. Let me load something up. I've got all their stats on another page. Hamanu's best men. I need the notes on him so I can RP him. Okay, so we've got Ulrig the Strong. She's a half-giant gladiator, and she has no consideration for these stones. They don't interest her at all. She's glad to be off the back of that giant. It was very uncomfortable. So she's going to take off her various weapons and lay them down on the rocks around her feet. All of her throwing axes and her halberd. She's got them close at hand, but she's going to take off her heavy armor. She's wearing this, like, plate armor, which is ridiculous. Almost nobody wears heavy plate armor, but she does. So she strips down. For Taurus is getting a good show.
I was tempted to make some kind of joke about that, but then I was like, nope, not doing it, and did it already.
Chitek the Thrycreen, he sits there and he's probably staring at one of you, but it's so hard to tell because each of his eyes is like on one of the sides of his head, and it's like that complex bug eye that seems like it could be like looking everywhere at the same time. So everybody has sort of the vaguely unsettling feeling that they're being stared at by Chitek, but he creepily never says anything to anybody if he can help it. Then you got Tyrian, the Templar woman, and she is praying to Hamanu. So she's going to lay down her cloak on the ground, and she's going to kneel down, and she's going to pray to Hamanu, saying how great Hamanu is, and that she needs to be filled up with Hamanu's girthy divine spirit. She wants to feel all of his power just filling her insides. Okay, so, and then Thoviderak, he's also praying for Hamanu to fill him up with his warmth and his power.
Very intrusive right there.
Yeah.
Which of them was the most injured last time?
I made notes on that. Yeah, I think it was the elf. The elf was really messed up. I think he was unconscious at the time because he'd been poisoned. So they basically had to stuff Arameo into a basket. He hasn't said a word to anybody. He's been in a bit of a drug coma. Every once in a while he screams "No, Chitek, don't eat my brains!" And Chitek lets out a little chitter that could almost be taken for laughter. It's well known that Thrycreen like to eat elf brains. He's having some sort of hallucination occasionally. Oh, he got hit by a powerful hallucinogen. He's tripping balls.
Hmm.
Dovaderek
do for
says,
people who are,
ignore
like,
him.
on,
He'll get over it or he'll die.
I ignore him specifically. That guy who just said that and like just kind of. Do I know any way to like speed up the process?
Hmm. Hey, you could probably talk to him. A little bit of psychology to help him not freak out. Like, there's no thrycreen, you're not being eaten, that sort of thing.
Hey there, buddy. What's wrong?
Yeah, the situation is pretty self-explanatory. He doesn't seem very lucid, but he will occasionally have one of those outbursts as if he's being eaten.
I'm just like freaking petting him every now and then.
He's in another basket, so all you can do is talk at him, unfortunately.
Wow.
You got your
We're still in
you
our
got your
giant
mind
basket.
powers though, so I guess you can talk in his head.
Is he having a psionic episode?
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
No. So when you guys were in Bitterwell, somebody paid the Assassins Guild to murder all of you, including the Urakites. So at one point, the party, you guys were attacked by the Assassins and hit with like a knockout arrow and an arrow that did a bunch of Constitution damage. Meanwhile, Arameo and who was the other one? I think it was Dokula the Halfling. She got pretty badly injured, but not. She wasn't incapacitated the way that Arameo was. So Dokula was limping badly, but she was at least conscious and able to get around and do stuff. And so she's
having a nightmare 'cause
she's inspecting the island, doing her due diligence, making sure there's nothing here that's going to jump out and attack.
Unless given further notice or prompting to do something else, I'm just gonna be projecting comfortable thoughts into his head.
Sure. It's probably helping. Over time, the effects are wearing off.
I thought I cast a spell on him. I did a greater regeneration on him.
Alright, I probably just forgot. It's been a week.
Yeah,
If that's the case,
they're
he'll
able
be
to give
in...
me a bunch of gold, so I could buy the mats to.
If that's the case, he's in a deep, restful sleep instead of freaking out. So that'll cut down on that a little bit.
Alright, never mind then. I guess, not doing that, I'll just fly out of the basket and, like, go with the leg broken person and life sense anything.
Well, she's definitely alive.
No, I mean life sense, for any, like, potential dangers.
Oh, right. You life sense out into the darkness. What's the range on that?
Like, 120 feet.
Alright, so the sun is setting, and it's getting dark. And some distance, maybe 80 to 90 feet out, your life sense is going to detect a bunch of life. It gives you...
Deep beneath.
It gives you numbers, like how detailed is your
it's
life
Omen's
sense?
life sense, so I imagine he's just trained to, like, respond to my questions about it.
Omen seems a little perturbed.
What's that, Skippy? You sense life?
He's picking up on something.
What's that, Lassie? Jimmy's stuck in a well.
He feels a little uncomfortable on this little island.
All it says is the Terrax can sense the presence of living creatures within 120 feet of it, so I'll just, like, tell him to caw for as much life as he's sensing.
Okay. He caused 30 times.
That's not good. Hey, guys, there's apparently 30 life forms hidden on this island. Caw.
aren't a lot of them like giants though?
Well, there's going to be a shaman. There's going to be some dwarfs. But what I'm concerned
No,
about
I
is
mean
this the...
directly below us.
Oh, below us.
Does it sense us, or is
Did
I'll
they say
I'll
any of
check.
the giants live underground?
like who's included in that count, or are those all enemy combatants?
It's unknown.
This was when I was scouting with the other person, right? Like away from them.
You pretty much have to stay with the giants, otherwise you'd get lost and die.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the Silt Sea.
Oh,
This place
oh,
is like
oh,
hardcore. Like, if you don't have a giant to hang on to, you definitely are 100% dead here.
Are we at our destination, or is this
I'll
just a
tell
rest
Omen
post?
to do it again.
No, this
And
is just
like,
camping.
like,
This
you
is
know,
just your camping for the night.
so-
Oh, you can
then I'll
sense
just
the.
keep
You can also
going.
sense the giants. They're not that far off. They were just scouting around, looking for the path.
Well, I'm at. I want the total number of all living things that he could sense, so I can just remove the party from the list.
Yeah. Subtract the party, subtract the 7 giants, and there's like 30 other creatures out there.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Game plan?
Hey, I go to an Urukite party. Any of you capable of earth manipulation?
Earth manipulation. They scoff at you. Blasphemy. The power of Hamanu is all we need.
Okay, well, is that tied to an element?
No, it's clerical magic.
Okay, can the power of Harmanu get you 90 feet below where you are right now?
Underground? Why would we want to go underground?
There's about 30 things down there.
They're more like 80 feet, like, west of you. They were sort of following you.
Oh, sorry, okay. I thought they were underground. Whoops. Alright, let's try that again. Retcon, you all heard something different.
Think of the silt as a fog, like a thick, thick fog, and they are in the fog. So they are down in the silt, but it's not like at a great depth. They're just, below the level of your sight.
Alright, well, I roughly point in the direction downwards.
Yeah. They move around. They don't stay put in one place. They're sort of scouting around the island that you're sitting on. They don't come close, though.
They appear to be scouting us. By the way, for the sake of convenience, I imagine, like, before this adventure even started, I'd have worked out, like, a basic communication system with Omen for these situations. It's like, how many, how fast, etc., etc.
Sure.
Can you tell how far they are with your power?
80 to 90 feet away.
He knows that they're within his 120-foot sense, and he knows that there's a lot of them.
Is it hurtworms?
For the duration, you sense the location of any creature that isn't a construct or an undead within 30 feet of you. Or in his case, 120 feet, I guess.
Would the giants have given us any warning of things that would be on the island? Or under the island?
What it was like when you mentioned it to the giants, they just laughed and stamped their feet.
I want to stamp my feet like the giants did. Can I do it with an athletics to try to do it, like imitate the giants?
Yeah, that's basically what he did. He let out a mighty athletic stomp and caused a little earthquake tremor.
I'll do the same thing.
I cast Arcane Eye.
No, you're going to throw an eyeball out there? Try to get a better view? You have to get within like 30 feet of them with the eye in order to catch a glimpse of them. It also has dark vision,
I
right?
can move the eye 30 feet.
Because it's gotten dark, so it's pretty dark out there.
Yes.
All right.
Also, I
do
can
the
move the eye
stomp.
30 feet in any direction.
26 stomp.
All right. So when you throw your arcane eye out there, you're going to catch a glimpse. There's quite a few silt runners. And silt runners are small reptilian creatures with lanky limbs. They've got sort of chicken legs that bend backwards, and they run on these long chicken legs, hunched over with their like little reptilian heads held forward. A lot of them clutch little spear weapons in their hands. They're all quite small. Like you imagine a halfling, they're even smaller than that. Every one of them looks hungry, emaciated, like they're looking for a meal. But then the stomp, and all of them sense the tremor of the stomp, and they all immediately like let out a little yip and scatter off into the silt away from the origin point of the stamp.
Do I know what silt runners are?
Silt runners are very well known. They're super common in the Tablelands.
Basic behavior.
They're barely intelligent. They have like an int of 3, so they're widely considered to just be animals for the most part.
And I
Level of harmlessness.
can I make a nature check based on what the giants talked to me about them?
If you want to.
Maybe the one told me something.
Well, I mean, it would just be a nature check on if you've heard of silt runners, and they're so common that it's not hard.
How harmless are they?
Well,
To what degree?
that's the thing. Like, if there's one of them, it's probably not a big deal.
27.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, willingness to kill things.
Well, like anything, if they're hungry enough. And there's a lot of them. There's like 30 silt runners. So in a big enough throng like that, they could pose a threat to something bigger than themselves. However, that stomp seems to have driven them off. They go outside the range of your sense, and Omen seems to calm down.
I told everybody about them, or what a Silt Runner is, based on what the giant had just told me while we were walking.
Yeah, the giants don't fear the silt runners at all. They're like little pests. Imagine if you were walking around and there were just like a bunch of the tiniest mice that you've ever seen in your life. That's what a silt runner is to the giants. They barely are concerned by them at all.
Freaking horde of salamanders.
I think we should just camp near the giants tonight.
Currently, the giants have gone off to explore. They're looking for the path. Apparently, the path is pretty hard to find, and it's important that they find the right one.
Well, if you guys get into the bubble, you guys should be good.
Yeah, this is your rest period. You guys are welcome to set up your bubble, build a campfire, eat some food, do all the camping stuff that you would normally do.
Yeah, I should do that.
I will express to both groups that it's just easily scared silt runners. Wait a second, how can they breathe in here?
If I just take watch with the Urukite, take turns watch.
Is this a long or a short rest?
This is a long rest.
Yep.
The giants were exhausted after a whole day of travel through the Silt Sea. They need to rest and recuperate after they find the path for tomorrow.
I want to know how they can breathe out here. That's not fair.
Right.
They're wearing masks and stuff too.
Yeah, they're adapted for the environment. They're built for the Silt Sea. They're so light that a lot of the time they can like run on the Silt Sea. Sort of like a walk-on water ability. They got big web feet and they can just like run on the silt like they're like almost swimming through the air.
I forget what that animal is called. Oh, I like that animal.
Like that one lizard that runs real fast. Yeah, they do that. They do that exact thing where they just flex out their big wide feet as hard as they can and just scoot through the air.
So wait, are they capable of like basic morality?
Well, like I said, their intelligence is a 3. They're as primitive as it comes. They're like nearly pre-Stone Age. They do make tiny little weapons, but that's about it.
Probably just want to have guard overnight, rotate, and then be alert.
Yeah, you guys just stay in the bubble. I'll take watch with the Urkite.
I'm casting Liamins now. or-
Someone has the heroes. Someone has the hero's feast spell, right?
Yes.
Did you use that already?
Yeah, but I kind of use it several times, you know.
Could you use it again, please?
How many more days do we have before we get there, Ninja?
There's another camp, and then after that, you'll get there.
I think we should wait till the next night.
You gonna check out some of the stones? All right.
You guys want to go over there, or are we just staying here?
You are extremely quiet.
I thought it was just better.
Yeah, you gotta get up close to your mic there. So this is supposed to be an elevated position here. You guys are up on a plateau, and below that, it is like the Silt Sea. And you would be going off into the depths, so you need to pretty much stay here. But you can get to a position on this plateau where you'll be able to like look in the direction of some of these stones that are out here. Which one are you looking for?
Well,
This
I
one?
will just go over at this edge.
Okay. So you're about 30 feet from an outcropping of some of these stones over there. Roll your perception.
Okay. Ooh, pretty good. 26.
No, good.
What do I see out there?
All right. Because you rolled a 26, you are not going to be surprised. Everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
There you go.
What?
I am surprised.
Wait,
There's
what
so
happened?
much out there.
My attention phased out. What happened?
Are we sleeping right now?
I went scouting a tiny bit, and apparently I spotted something hostile, and now we have to roll initiative.
You're not surprised. Proceed to get surprised.
I'm confused.
I alert everybody. I see something coming at us.
I rolled terrible.
Are we fighting now? What?
Apparently so.
Oh, damn. Thought we were resting.
All right. Do I have to roll for anybody? Skywell's not here, right?
Ooh, 22.
Maybe I should not have scouted near the ruins. Maybe the thing saw me and now they're attacking.
Are we asleep or no?
What did you get, Tara? No, you're not
Setting
asleep.
up camp.
Oh, okay, then I can't be surprised.
4. Soul, did you get yours entered?
Yep, 23.
Nice. Everyone good?
The group is not surprised because I alert you guys that something's coming.
Wait, so we haven't gone to sleep yet?
No.
No.
No, this is
Setting up
while you were
camp.
setting up camp.
Okay. That was fast. I'm on top of the initiative for once. Yes!
Be under attack.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Wow.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Y'all got it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, never mind. Don't make me go first. What is that? Like the one time I go first and it's fucking that.
Oh, didn't we kill one of these things in somebody's castle? In one of the not sorcerer king, but like those
Evil Defiler Wizard House.
yeah, the Defiler wizard guy.
Maybe it's a dream.
Undead golem?
Okay, so it seems as if this place is actually an ancient burial ground. And over the many thousands and thousands of years, multiple mass graves were placed here. And all of the thousands of people who were killed in horrible ways here. All of their souls that could never find any peace in any kind of afterlife. They all sort of just sat here, becoming more bitter with age, and so they are now gathering together into some sort of like mass of ectoplasm and rage, and it rises up as a mass of all of the bones in this mass grave just rising up out of the sand. And so on the surprise round, the creature rises up and will do a thing, but Morg was looking in that direction and spotted it the moment it started to rise up, and so you're not surprised, and you get to act during this turn.
I can't be surprised either.
Okay, but Morg first.
I shout out to everyone, there's stuff rising out of the ruins. Like bones. Bones are magically moving. That is... I don't know what... I will prepare a...
It's a giant golem boner.
It's an undead golem. So, like, will the spell magic work on it?
I'll my conjure fire and hold it ready to attack to throw the fire at it.
Okay.
You're a spellcaster too. Will the spell magic work on a golem?
Probably.
No. It's undead.
Undead golem. Huh. Good try. Wait, so is it still Morg's turn?
No. I readied my action. Produce flame.
It'll be Taurus, I guess.
Well, produce flame at it.
So we're starting from Morg? Okay.
Well, this is the surprise round. Taurus can't be surprised, so he gets to do a thing. What are you going to do, Taurus?
Well, I have to enter rage first.
Okay,
So
so you go into a rage.
I'll put myself in front of the party, so...
Well, by the way, we're all under Hero's Feast still, by the way. Huh? So,
Yeah, I have 5 temporary hit points.
yeah, we got
And I'll
11.
get over here next to Morg. And
The other guys just get a giant poster.
Can I use a action to do a bonus action?
It's an action, a bonus action.
Be specific.
I think that's, nope. You have to use your bonus action for a bonus action?
Okay. I'll take the, what do you call it? The dodge action.
Okay.
Or,
So you get up, you move to here, you're dodging. Now the creature, it rose up out of the ground, and everybody within 120 feet, your mind is going to be assaulted by all of the tormented cries of the dead and damned, and so it's going to wash out over everybody, and it's a fear effect if you're subject to fear.
We're immune to fear.
You're immune to fear. All right. So the fear effect washes over you. You're going to hear the telepathic screaming and whatnot, but you aren't actually terrified by it. So that was what it did with its surprise round, aside from getting up out of the sand. And then we're going to go into the actual initiative. So first off, hearing Morg's shout, all of Himanu's men are going to turn suddenly, grabbing at whatever gear they had. You know, the half-giant has already stripped off her armor, so she's going to curse and grab at her throwing axes.
My bad.
Let's see.
Where's my character? I'm trying to find my mini.
Put it on later, I think.
He was here, wasn't he? Thought I put him on the island. Somebody move him?
He's on the. He's still here.
Okay, there he is.
Thank you.
What's up, Skywell?
Hey.
All right.
Yo.
How much did you miss? What do I have to fill you in on?
I've been here for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. I don't know why we're being attacked, but I know that there's. I got everything about the undead golem, so I guess my character woke up and we're under attack. So here we are.
Yeah, you probably weren't even asleep yet. You guys were just making camp. You just happened to pick a bad spot for camp. There were monsters here to begin with.
The giants dropped us off. We heard some skittering. I did a stomp, scared off the little reptiles.
Silt runners.
And, silt runners. And now these guys are. This guy just came to life.
Okay, so let me go down the list here. So Ulrich, she grabs up her throwing axe, and it's got a range of.
Why does
Wait,
it say
the rival
rival
party-
party?
Wait, the rival party got 23 as well?
30,
That's you.
60.
Wait, I'm the rival party? Why am I on initiative level?
Your thing got renamed, probably.
Oh, well, that's not good.
I got it.
That's not good.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, huh? Wait, then what the rival party rule?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, we're gonna have to redo the initiative.
Someone renamed me to rival party. No.
The rival party had 23 as well.
What, we're re-rolling or what?
There, put your numbers in again.
Are we re-rolling?
No.
Oh, well, just what? Okay, whatever. Someone rolled for me, and I had 11, so I'm putting that back in.
And Taro had 4.
Yeah.
Alright. So, if everyone's got theirs input, then I'll hit this button again. Okay. So, Sia,
Yes.
you were making camp over here by these rocks when suddenly Morg lets out a shout.
Do I hear exactly what he yells?
Yeah, you said there's some shit over there. Some undead shit.
No, the worst type
Magical
of...
undead shit.
Wait, quick question. Are each of these squares, like, accurate? Like, are they all 5 feet? Or...
No. These are 10-foot squares, so you have to go into a corner. Taurus goes in the center.
Yeah, so, like, 5, 10, 15. Ooh, so 3 squares is the... Oh, damn. Shatter is 60 feet, right?
Could be.
So, if I were to move, like... So you said, like, could right here work? So is that what you... I don't know how to use the measuring tool. I'm not used to...
F4, and then you drag a line.
40 feet. Oh,
Actually, it's probably better if we use the measure tool that I put over here.
it's 80. That's 80 feet.
80? Okay. If that's 80 feet, then I'm going to cast... Or dead immune to psychic damage. I'm going to use Romulus Psychic Lance. If that's 80 feet. Or...
45 feet there.
What? Is that measuring it like it's 5 feet?
This is accurate.
You're only half. You're only doing halves.
Oh, alright.
No. Ninja, that's 90.
It is close.
So 10-foot squares.
I
I
mean,
like
Is
the
it-
art
is it-
cards put up. That's really cool.
that's so 10 foot right there. It reads as 10, right?
No, that's not
Yeah,
10
that's
foot
all
right there.
hand drawn.
Hand drawn.
Hold on. This is 10 foot right here.
That's the beauty of AI.
That's 10 feet. Okay, yeah, never mind.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's exactly right.
What's going
Oh,
on?
so it is. Hey,
It looked
okay.
weird from the angle I was at. The angle looked weird.
I'm confused here.
I am too. Very confused.
These are
Wait,
10-foot
Ninja.
squares, and that's 40 feet.
Ninja, can you describe? Are they like undead skeletons, or do they still have some flesh attached? Like, is it like a blobby monstrosity, or is it like a golem monstrosity?
There's no flesh. There is ectoplasm that is knitting it together. It's mostly ancient bones, but the ectoplasm is like what would be the flesh and the sinew holding all the bones in place. But there's no rhyme or reason to it. It is a mass of bones and ectoplasm. So the bones that are in it don't really correspond to any rational location for a bone to be in a body, and sometimes there's like a whole mess of bones in each part of it.
Okay.
So, first of all, it's nighttime, right? We were setting camp.
Yes.
Or is it like?
You guys were setting up camp as the sun set on the horizon, and as soon as it went fully dark, the undead began to rise and attack.
Okay.
With the last
I'm going
rays
to-
of the sun, the undead rise.
I'm going to cast a 4th level shatter.
'Kay.
So that is.
Kapow.
I'm going to avoid using the ring because I'm not trying to become lawful. So that is 5d8. Okay.
Why don't you get the curse removed from it?
The curse. How do I get it removed?
Remove curse?
From an item, like just the spell.
In theory,
Yeah, I thought we could.
it doesn't always work.
That will be 30 damage.
Okay, he takes 15.
Resist.
He made his save.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna action surge and cast it again. I can't action surge and cast another spell, right? I'm pretty sure I've done it before.
Yeah.
Okay. $24.
Okay, he takes 12. 2 huge explosions.
Then going to use my bonus action to bardically inspire Taurus.
Okay. So when each of your shatters hits the body of the thing, it's going to cause like the body to deform, like a bubble expanding outward, and many bones will be ejected in various directions. But then it'll just sort of congeal back together like a slimy thing, like a slime creature.
Oh, it's freaking
Um,
Undertale amalgamates.
I hope it doesn't actually have a healing factor. All right, Taurus, you got the bardic inspiration on you. Remember that? Actually, note of potential. Note of potential.
Okay.
And then that is my turn. Taurus, you now.
Oh, sorry. I can't go off of this. This is Silt, right?
Yeah, you have to stay on the platform.
Where is the undead golem on this like corner with 4 squares? Large creature.
His size is 30 by 30.
Oh, then I hit it with the produce flame. All right, throw my produce flame at it.
You jump towards it, Taurus. Are you measuring long jump distance?
No. I'm measuring throw distance.
Does the 24 hit?
Wait, what?
24? Yeah, that
Isn't
is.
it Taurus' turn?
Yeah. What?
I readied an action, like when it's like assembling itself. I'm gonna throw my produce flame at it because I just saw
okay.
the bones moving. Yeah,
Okay.
and then I do 10 points of fire damage on it.
It only takes half of that.
Oh.
Resist fire.
Morn, you're gonna have a problem with this guy.
I like this guy. I like this guy a
Resist
lot.
fire?
He's resistant to everything and passing all his checks. This is amazing.
Is he immune or resisting?
Resisted.
That's okay. Nothing resists my fire.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
The
I have,
confidence.
elemental adept.
So, Taurus.
If I take a step to the right, basically get it, trying to get like right here.
Okay. You're at the
That'll
intersection.
put me within 20. Yeah. Kind of close to the edge. I will use my Cyclopean War Pick and throw it at him.
Okay.
Or how to fucking do this one? It's okay. Well, it's plus 10 to hit. Okay. Oh wait, but I'm raging, right? So raging. Oh, raging doesn't get plus to hit. That's a +1. That's what it was. Okay. Oh, it's a nat 1. That's a 12 to hit, nat 1.
That one? Great.
Crit fell with the Cyclopean War Pick. Does it hit? Does a 12 hit?
Weapon attack critical fail. You lose your grip as you attack. I mean, you were throwing it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You lose your grip.
It flies towards the creature. It hits a
Somehow going
rock.
backwards.
It is damaged.
It is damaged.
Yep.
Oh no, wait, it's a sundering weapon. Would it be damaged?
It's kind of what it's meant to do.
It's iron. They hit a rock and it's iron.
Yeah, it must have hit it bad. It could be repaired. Don't worry about it.
Haven't you ever played Minecraft?
It ran out of
Okay.
the-
And since we haven't taken our long rest yet, I'll just go ahead and do my Zealous Presence as my bonus action.
All right.
Sorry. Once per long rest as a bonus action, you unleash a battle cry up to 10 creatures of your choice within 60 feet of you that can hear you. Gain advantage on attack rolls and saving throws until the start of your next turn. So Morg, Soul, pretty much. Yeah, that's everybody right here. But guess the Urikites too, if they're close enough. Everybody gets Zealous Presence.
Okay, what does that do?
Advantage on attack rolls and advantage on saving throws.
Hey,
Oh, nice. Hello.
hey. I like that. You like
Yeah. And I'm done.
Okay.
Cool. I'm done.
The Urkites are next. I'm figuring out what they do. Give me just one moment. Jotting down some notes on them. They're all going to do different things. You don't want Jared's help. There's not enough plant life here for him to defile, so it wouldn't really be beneficial. Okay, so the Urakites will accept your buff of a Zealous Presence to give them advantage. I think Ureg's probably going to throw her weapon from a good distance.
Where are the Orcites on the map? Oh, they're just the group. Okay. But they have their own tokens.
Okay. So they're, as a group, going to move to here, and then they're going to begin doing things. So Ulrich, she throws her weapon. It's from this distance here. It misses. It goes wide. Doesn't hit anything. She's going to curse and say, I have others. Chitek is going to hold his hands up to the sides of his temples near his eyes. And he's going to project a magic weapon using psionics. And he grimaces at the pain of it, but he can do it. But only for a few minutes. So he conjures a magic weapon that he can throw out at the thing to make an attack at it. And it swings and it misses. And then Tyrian is going to cast a spell. She's going to bless Thova, Self, and Ulrig. Thova Derek in kind will bless Chitek, Arameo, and Dokala. So that's bless for almost all of their group, except for Jared.
Huh? Oh, wait. No.
Arameo is going to roll for stealth, and he dodges behind a rock.
That character has a very name, a name very similar to my real life one, so you said that in the rear.
All right, Dokala. She's going to... She's going to use an arcane shot, I think. All right, she's going to fire a grasping arrow at it. Ooh, 19. Solid. So her grasping arrow hits. It's going to hit the creature. It's going to do... it's going to do 8 damage. But then it's immune to poison. So another effect doesn't go off. But it's got a DC 15 escape check. Alright, so 8 damage puts it at 40, and the creature lets out a roar when she hits it with that and locks it into place, so, grasping shot. So that'll last for up to a minute, and it needs to roll the escape check before it can move. Alright, so Jared is going to look over at Thova Derek and say, should I do it? And Thova Derek says, no! Not while we're so close. And Jared says, then I will not bother. And he begins to dodge behind Ulrig so that he won't be attacked. And Ulrig curses him for being a coward and says, I don't have my armor on. Don't look at my ass, you freak. And Jared just sneers at her and says, like I would do that.
Is she the one wearing the full plate armor?
She's wearing nothing but a chainmail bikini right now because she took off her plate armor.
Is it a plate
is
or?
this?
Urig, the Urukite half giant. She's one of Hamanu's
I want
people.
to stare right now, but I'm too focused on battle.
Yeah.
What is it made of?
Iron. I mean, she works for the Sorcerer King. She's got money to burn.
Gotta kill that bitch.
You can steal her bikini? That's rude.
Yes.
Cold-blooded,
Wow,
man.
Give it to Taurus.
He doesn't wear armor.
I don't know how I got this.
I'm naked.
I'm the only one who wears armor.
I'm like wearing a loincloth.
All right, Morg.
Not for fighting, just to have it.
Oh.
What do you do?
Is the golem flying, or does it have legs?
Now that you mention it, it does look like it is spreading large ectoplasmic bony wings from its back that are stretching out to a great wingspan.
Okay, then I'm not gonna use the ground affecting spell.
However, the grasping arrow is holding it to the ground. I think it gives it speed minus 10. Let me look this up. Grasping arrow. I think that's in addition to the lockdown. This is the one that damages them when they move. And each foot of movement costs more.
Does that thing give them penalties to dexterity saving throws?
No.
Yeah, I'll do it anyways. I'm going to pull out my spell component pouch and conjure my Call Lightning spell.
Ooh.
And I'm going to back up 30 feet. And I'm going to make a big 60 foot radius. And then I will hit it with the dexterity saving throw DC. That's plus wisdom save, right? Plus 8.
Uh-huh.
8 plus
8 is the base. 16, not bad. All right. Dexterity, right?
Yeah.
I only got a 14.
Okay, then it takes the full 3d10 lightning damage.
Kapow! The lightning strikes the ectoplasmic body of the creature.
Right. It takes 18 points of lightning damage. Is it also resistant to lightning?
No, full damage.
Sweet. Okay. I will shout out to the Hamanu's men if they know any lightning thingy damage. It's not resistant to lightning. And that'll be my turn.
All right.
Okay.
Or
Yes, I would like to move. Okay, how tall is this cliff again?
20 feet off the silt.
Okay. I will move 30 feet that way. I will make my attack with advantage. Here's the roll. Bada bing, bada boom. And then I would like to use a
What's the range on your dagger?
60 feet. Not gonna make it.
Is it 30, 60?
60.
Just straight 60. Oh, yeah, because it's psionic. All right.
Does it make it?
33 hits for sure, yeah.
Oh shoot. Yes.
It's probably inaccurate. What's that?
What?
20, 14, and
shoot.
8
I clicked
is
roll with
22? 22 hits.
14 plus 8 is 22. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I clicked the roll with advantage. But anyway, so hits with advantage, so therefore I get my sneak attack, yes? Or is it against because it's are we doing because it's undead, it does not...
It has to be engaged in combat with one of your allies for you to get the sneak attack on it, I think.
Well then, in that case, all I will be doing is...
It's aware of you because it's got blind sight.
Okay.
So if you're
So
moving
that's
on the
damage.
ground, it just knows where you are.
It's just going to be 6 damage, and I am going to use a uh, sonic point, a dice, and that is going to be. I can move this many feet. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a dagger up to the top of the cliff. So that is, I can go 100 feet if I wanted to, but I'm just gonna go up to the top of the cliff here.
Reverse that. This is the elevated position. This is below you.
Oh. So we're above.
You are on a plateau over the ocean of silt.
Oh, so going into the silt would be a bad idea.
You will die. Don't go there.
I would. Understood.
Yeah, outside of this black line that I drew is straight up death.
Oh, well then, okay. Gotcha.
Anyone want to be?
I'm just gonna spread out a little bit here. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and use my other. I won't use the dice. Then I will just use the bonus action of body equilibrium. Although I can't walk across silt with body equilibrium.
Oh yeah? Well, then you'd be all right. You'd be able to run around down there.
Does anyone think they need the spell fly cast on them? I can do that.
That's kind of what the silt runners do. Also, they just sort of like run on it. So.
Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. I'll go down there.
All right, into the silt. You can only see 30 feet when you're in the silt. Your visibility is a little better on the plateau, but you know where it's at. You know it's just over there.
Look, it's just too much. Forget it. I'll just stay where I'm at, and there we go. Done. Sorry. Moving on.
Yeah, it's
I
sort of got the
dagger.
properties of water, and you're like on a little island.
Yeah. I will just throw my dagger, and curse bitterly that it doesn't do more to it, but I try to spread out so in case it does something crazy that it doesn't catch all of us at once.
Yeah.
All right, and that's my turn.
Grimorn.
Grimoire. Burn it with holy fire. Eradicate its very existence. Make its meager soul tremble in fear of the Fire Lord. Fireball?
No, I'm gonna shoot Scorch Race at it.
I was expecting Fireball. I'm disappointed.
Level 4. What does that give us? The roar
Advantage on attack rolls.
advantage on attack roll.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Do I hit with a 20?
20 does not hit.
21?
21 does not hit.
22?
That hit. That is his armor class, 22.
Oh, jeez, I just made it then.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so 18 plus 16 plus 11. What's the total of that?
45.
Yeah, 45 fire damage.
And he's not able to resist it?
Nope.
Alright. That's pretty good. That puts him at 109. Wham. 3 of your flaming bolts blast away at its ectoplasm, scattering its bones. But like before, the hole will close up and reform. Alright. Taro?
Oh,
I
question though.
What's up?
Sorry. Before, regarding that thing that you casted, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Is that only for this round?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's good. I made that attack then.
It's
Alright,
over
thank you.
after. It's over when my turn starts.
Okay. Good. So it's good that I didn't do a fireball.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to tell anybody, but you know.
Okay, ringside, what do you do?
Let's see. Let's see. Gets on its omen, or yeah. Then move. Measure this. There's the ruler.
Wait, Taro, do you have any spells that cast radiant damage?
We got these two things right here, so you can place this at one point, and then you can place this where you're at, and it'll give you the measurement. It looks like 50 feet.
Okay, how far is the creature from me right now?
Right there, 50 feet.
What the? No. Okay. Does getting on, like, I know mounting costs like half your movement, but does that count for his movement?
No, that's half your movement. He still has all of his.
Okay. Move 20 feet, and then bonus action, try to see if I can't connect my mind to this thing.
Woo. Scary.
Telepathic speech.
All right. What do you say at it?
Cease this violence, and we'll construct
Little buddy,
a
what you want? Some
proper
violence.
grave for that you might rest in peace. Something
Hmm.
like that.
All right. The only response you get is telepathic screams of madness and hunger. The lost souls are
Oh,
damned
lost
and mindless almost.
Wait, a hunger for what?
Life.
Hmm.
I don't think that's going to help.
Didn't really even initially start any violence. It just screamed.
I mean, it works for zombies, right? They eat the living, and then it makes their tummies feel good or something.
I don't think it works for zombies either.
It's he wants
Anyway.
to get more bones. He wants our bones to add to his collection.
Hmm.
He's a
Oh
bone
well,
collector.
I'm not doing anything just yet, so just kind of
Okay.
dash so that I'm like, I don't know, just out of its reach.
Oh, you're gonna dash? You wanna move another another bit?
I want to be right out of its reach so that it can't hit me without moving.
You don't know what its reach is.
I can approximate.
There, I'll put you there.
That's a bit close. Got a battle axe.
Well,
I'm confused.
you're still 10 feet from his box. Do you want to be further away?
He is a flying creature.
Yeah, just a little bit. 15 feet should do it.
All right, I'll move you back right here then.
Confused. Why are you getting in front of the tank?
Well, he's technically above
Okay,
you.
above.
He's a flying creature, though. Okay.
Whatever,
Alright.
that's fine.
That's good.
End of turn.
All right. So the creature's neck extends and it grows a giant toothy maw made of rib bones. And the thing is going to roll a strength check against the grasping arrow. Let's see. Ooh, a 14 isn't enough. Damn, it failed. All right, but it gets multi-attack, so it's going to use its next attack to try again. It rolls a 1.
Right underneath.
Wow, that is a
Some life
fucking
right
arrow.
underneath it. Why doesn't it
What
pop that
the
instead?
fuck?
But it's got quad attack, so it uses its third attack to try to break free of the grasping arrow, and that time it succeeds.
shit.
Okay, so having broken free of the grasping arrow, I already took the damage for it. I forgot to do the arrow, though.
What the fuck?
So it actually would have some extra damage. Let's see. I'll put another 10 on
Quad
it.
attacks, 22 AC. Oh my god.
Okay, so
22 AC.
it's going to flap its wings super hard, which is going to lift it up into the air.
Wings.
Uh,
This motherfucker starts flying.
He is, he's flying.
Oh my god.
Well,
No.
like, what the fuck?
Oh my fucking god, no. Taurus, you want to get flight cast on you? Want to get flight cast
No,
on
I'm about to jump back.
Okay.
He's gonna jump it.
So the creature
Once I get
has
those
now
blocks.
moved. It is 10 feet closer, so it's more like this.
I am not comfortable with this.
Me neither.
I
Taro.
told you.
Me neither, Taro. Me neither.
Okay, so the creature gets closer, and it still has one attack, so its tail is going to lash out at the ground beneath it. The tail of the creature swings down at Taurus, and he's got... let's see. He's got a 22 to hit Taurus.
Hits.
He hits, and the tail swipe is going to do 2d8 plus 8 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Not as much as I thought it was gonna be. Not the big Taurus.
13 bludgeoning damage, which you resist half of.
Yeah. Just put a flesh wound.
Literally, like a lass.
Those my temporary HP and 2 HP.
See, it's supposed to add up when I make 4 attacks, but I only managed 1 on that turn. So that's its turn. We go back to the top. See ya.
Well, you had 11 temporary hit points, right?
Yep.
It only did like 6 damage, right?
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Good call. Good call. There you go. Even better.
Not even a flesh wound. Whose turn is it now?
Yours.
Oh, it's the. Oh, I thought. Okay. Well, Morg, would you like a fly?
I am good, thank you.
Okay. So, but I don't need to fly because I can just. How high is it? How many feet?
Let's see. He had fly speed of 80, which was dropped to 70. So he went 10 feet over, which left him with 60. And he was 20 feet down, so he went up and up, which left him with 40. And up and up. I'd say he flew up until he was like 40 feet up in the air.
He's 40
What?
feet right now. Oh.
How did he reach me then?
With his
He
tail?
kept moving after. Like he has 40-foot reach.
No. He kept moving after. Like, he flew over, he tail swiped you, and then he continued to flap his wings up.
Oh,
So, you know, like a dragon, when it fights you, it tries
Wait,
to
okay.
hit and run, so it'll get out of your melee range.
so he got in my range and left my range, right?
Uh-huh.
So that's an opportunity attack, right?
Do you have 15-foot reach?
Oh no.
Okay, so he hit you with the end of his tail, and it only just snuck in there.
Okay.
I am going to fire my Elm Reclusive Short Bow of Lightning that I
Alright.
haven't used in a while because it only has 8 charges left on it. I'm going to fire 1 arrow. Taurus, you sure you don't want to fly? I mean, you're a melee guy, right?
Fly me, baby.
Wait, who?
Go get this thing. Yeah, fly me. I gotta go get this thing now.
Weren't you going to long jump to it?
I was gonna jump. Yeah. But I don't want to get stuck in silt.
And the thing's bony, so there's not a. I don't think
15 plus 9. 24. There's 24 hit.
Uh-huh, yep.
And I'm going to use one of my features for my Arcane Archer class. I am going to use... It was struggling against the Grasping Arrow last time, right?
Yeah, I was just rolling really bad, though.
And instead, I'm going to use... Let me get the exact name of it. It was the arrow I used that blinded the target if they failed to save. Hold on.
It can't see. It doesn't have eyes.
But I mean, it can see us.
That's blind sight. I don't count. Like a freaking.
Technically, the blind sight doesn't work if it's not on the ground. It's got to rely on
So-
dark vision when it's flying.
Wait, so it does see us?
Yeah, technically, it's using dark vision to spot you.
Okay.
He just automatically knows where you are if he's touching the same ground as you're on, but he's flying right now, so he doesn't get that benefit.
All right. I'm gonna use Shadow Arrow. Extra 2d6 psychic damage. Plus a lightning charge, so that is 1d6 plus the extra 2d6 from the lightning charge. So 5d6. Plus my modifiers, just a lot of math. And it's like, oh shit, there we go. Oh fuck, it's unable to load.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm clicking stuff and it's like unable. It like, oh, it says note card is locked. I'm not clicking the note card, but it just doesn't want me to. There we go.
Kapow.
And that is 18 damage.
Nice.
And I think it's a save, and it becomes blinded. Hold on, or I think it's not a save and it just gets blinded. Let me see. You can lose an arrow, causing it to elude your foe's vision with a shadow. The creature hit by the arrow takes an extra 2d6 psychic damage and must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or be unable to see further than 5 feet away from it. Until the start of its next turn.
Okay. You
Until the
got
start
it.
of my next. Yep. Until the start of my next turn, it can't see more than 5 feet.
Got it. Made a note. The creature is blinded by the light.
All right, and then I got me use another bonus action to. What's this guy's name? Traxus. The bird. And the bardic inspiration.
A Terex?
Yeah,
Omen.
the Terac.
What?
Yep. I'm going to give him a note of potential.
What are you asking?
He's giving a note of potential
Wait,
to your
What does that
bird.
do?
Hold on, can't you only have one at a time?
Oh, then I'm just going to give him a normal bardic inspiration.
Like, can't you only use one charge of bardic inspiration at a time?
Can't you have bardic inspiration on multiple targets?
You might want to read it. I'm pretty sure you can't.
Bardic inspiration. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is.
Taking the moment to look at all these cool pieces of artwork.
Yeah. They really are.
The Plains of Graves.
When you inspire others through stringing words or music, you do so to use a bonus action on your turn to choose a creature other than yourself within 60 feet who can hear you. The creature gains a bardic inspiration die with D6 and increases at a later level. Once within the next 10 minutes, the creature can roll the dice and have the number roll the ability check on a saving throw and execution of D20 before deciding the bardic inspiration die, but that's not alien. A creature can only have one bardic inspiration at a time. You can have it on multiple targets.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so I can only have one bardic inspiration on you, but I can have it on multiple targets at a time.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna put that bardic inspiration on Paterax.
Yeah, I'm just going to change his name to Omen. O-M-E-N. He is a
What's
Pteryx.
going on?
You have a bardic inspiration on your pterodactyl.
You mean the pterodactyl has the bardic inspiration?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that.
It works for saves as well.
Yeah, that
If you're trying to make
could
a
come in
save.
handy.
If he like tries to ground you, for instance, off the
Yep.
Terex.
Yep, that's my turn. Taurus.
Horse.
For me, I magically have my thing come back to my hand. My war pick comes back to my hand. My Zealous Presence ends. You casted Fly on me, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I feel the lifting effect. I'm like, oh, can I look at my war pick? Like, does it look damaged when it came back to my hand?
Yeah. Yeah, it loosened in the handle. You're gonna have to do some repairs to make that not so loose anymore.
Well, I'll put it back on my belt and pull, like, grab my hammer with the second hand again. And since I feel loose, I feel that loosening of my grip from the ground. I fly up towards the skeletal dragon. Well, it's called skeletal dragon. What the fuck? And I'm gonna hit it
Wait, so that's
with a
supposed to be a dragon then?
It has morphed into a skeletal dragon. It grew a long neck with a big gaping maw full of teeth made out of ribs, and it sprouted huge wings full of bones that it's using to fly up into the air.
but I want to hit it
Why does this thing
with
want to kill us again?
It hates the living. It's the mass grave of thousands upon thousands of people who were murdered.
I want to
Wait,
hit it
by
with
who?
Probably a sorcerer king.
I want to hit it with a thundering strike. Recklessly.
You're gonna chip away at its natural armor. Go for it.
I forgot how that actually works.
You rolled with advantage on your attack roll, and you are aiming for target number. The target number on bone is actually pretty low, and that's under object SRD, I think. Objects 5E. So wood bone is 15. So you need to hit, and then you need to roll damage equal to 15 or more to sunder him.
So I roll with advantage, right? Wait.
Yeah, when you sunder, you always get advantage, and you get a pretty huge multiplier. If you want to go through it real quick, I'll bring it up in the Grit and Glory book.
I got it. Make a single melee attack against a target. You get advantage to that attack. If it hits, roll for damage. You cannot apply class abilities or spells that award extra damage dice, such as smite or sneak attack. For each attack you gain, you can do in a round. Add two to the damage. Okay. All right. So I had advantage on an attack. 10 to hit.
Actually, didn't you already have advantage, or do you not get the benefit of your zealous presence?
I don't get the benefit of it.
Okay.
It ends on the start of my first turn.
Okay.
But I already have advantage, so I don't need to do a reckless attack.
So that's gone then?
I don't need a reckless. I get advantage from the sunder.
I'm saying, did the zealous presence end?
Yeah, it's over.
Okay, I took it off the card here.
27, a 27 to hit.
Mhm.
And so now I roll damage. If it hits, roll for damage. But my damage is 3d8, and I get to add 2 to that for the extra attack. 30 damage. Does that break the bone?
Yep. His armor class drops by 2.
Those are 20 now?
You sundered him hard, splitting his torso, cracking many of his spinal cords.
Oh, if your weapon has a sundering property, add 5 to the damage, so 35. Wow. Cool.
More than enough. Bone's a little easier to crack than iron.
Yeah.
So that's going to make it easier for everyone to hit. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and for my my bonus action, I will yeah, never mind. I'm good.
Yeah, I think Sunder is a whole round action, so it probably eats up your bonus action too. The Urakites.
Just an action.
Now, if you look in the Grit and Glory book for Sunder, it's got a little icon that means it's a whole round action.
No, it says you can spend your action to deliver a series of blows aimed at chinks in a creature's armor or shield. It says your action. It doesn't say both actions. all actions. Oh. Oh, never mind. I get attacks per action. I get 2 attacks per action. It takes my whole action. Okay.
So combat options with this symbol allow classes with access to superiority dice to spend a die and add its total to both attacks. All right, that's not it. That's not it. What is the other symbol? The fist. The fist says combat options marked with the fist icon take your whole action. So yeah.
So it says spend your action. So the way my character sheet's broken down, it says actions, right? Attacks per action. So I have 2 attacks there. I don't get 2 actions. I get an action that has 2 attacks. Anyways, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with my. I don't have a bonus action to do anyways.
Okay. So the Orokites, they're going to look at the situation. And Oreg is going to curse that the thing is so far away, and she's going to throw a hand axe with disadvantage, and it misses. She says, "I have another!" Again. Chitek is going to draw out his Thrycreen ancestral weapon, and he's going to take careful aim up into the sky. He's going to sort of put one of his arms out, like a home run, symbolizing the home run strike. He's going to sort of like measure the distance to the target. And let me look at his stats here. He is throwing...
Oh, at ringside.
He's throwing a Chachka.
A Chachka? None of that Chachka.
He throws a Chachka. He only gets an 18. It doesn't hit. So the Chachka is sort of a boomerang type thing. He throws it, and the creature banks to the right, and it sort of goes under one of its wings. And it goes wide, and it comes around, and Chitek hops up onto a rock, and he snatches it out of the air with his other hand, and goes into a low crouch with a bunch of angry hisses and clicks that his attack has missed. All right, after he does that, Tyrion and Thovadirek both have Bless. Does that give him advantage to hit? I think that's what Bless does, right?
No.
It gives a D4 to hit. Okay, so I'll roll a couple D4s for them when they make their attacks. Before the spell ends, you can add a D4 to an attack roll or saving throw. So they're going to make attack rolls, they're going to attach that to it, and the attack that they're going to do is... let's see, what have they got? Oh, that's fun. Tyrion throws an orb that she had in a little pouch at her belt. She throws the orb at the bony creature. Let's see. She hits. The orb shatters, and upon shattering, a fire elemental is going to emerge and begin burning the creature with all its might. It unleashes a fiery barrage of attacks, and the creature is burned for 7 damage. But it's resistant, so it actually only takes 3.
Is it a minor elemental?
Yeah, it's a lesser fire elemental.
Yeah. It's Fire Grimoire!
There, I have made a copy of you, and I'm using it as the thing.
Can someone rotate my figurine? I can't because I'm on a laptop and it's not letting me. It's been bugging me that he's been facing the wrong. Yeah, there we go. A lot better.
Perfect. Okay, so the fire elemental that Tyrion threw onto its face unleashes some burning attacks, but it does little to no damage. Thovadirek will curse her for her stupidity and say, "Damn it, woman! Clearly lightning was the thing to use." And she says, "But I don't have any lightning powers." And he says, "Incompetence!" And
It is vulnerable to lightning.
We do have lightning power.
Is it vulnerable, or does it just work?
he was vulnerable to lightning.
Oh, I did lightning damage.
Meaning that it did regular damage instead of being
Mm-hmm.
less.
Vulnerable. I thought you meant vulnerable as in like the
Not like exceptionally, not like the actual like extra D10 or anything, but
Okay.
Whose turn is it?
right now it is Thovaderak, and he's got his weapon ready. I'm just looking at what he can do here. Okay, Thovaderak is going to throw his cloak out to either side, and it's going to stiffen into a pair of bat wings, and then he's going to fly up into the air. And he's going to fly at the creature. He's going to make an attack with his spear. He gets +3 from the bless, but he misses. So Thovaderak is like right up in the creature's face, trying to stab at it with a spear. Arameo, after going into stealth, is going to emerge from some rocks, and he's going to throw a pair of daggers. He had advantage because he was hidden. The first dagger is going to hit. Whoa, I rolled 2 20s on that.
Oh.
So we got a hit and we got a crit, and one of them's a sneak attack. Okay. Okay, and then his sneak attack damage. Alright, and then he adds another 10 on top of that. So he does 40 damage to this thing with 2 attacks. Alright, so after delivering a couple of deadly daggers from the dark, Arameo is going to skulk back behind a rock. He didn't have
Arameo.
he didn't have enough actions to hide again, but he's at least got a little bit of cover behind the rock that he's ducked down behind. And Dokala, she's going to fire off another arrow or two. Twang, twang goes her short bow. Only one of the arrows is going to connect.
Pathetic.
Does another 7 damage, and the skeletal dragon lets out a roar. And Morg, what do you do? Long.
I wave my hand and call down another burst of lightning at it.
Oh.
So yes, I make another DC 16 save.
Okay. Another fail.
He takes the full 15, 20, 22 points of lightning damage.
Okay. And you call down lightning from the heavens, striking the skeletal dragon. It's now at 209 damage.
Does it look like it's getting worn out?
Oh yeah, you've blasted holes in it. Chunks of it have fallen off into the silt and disappeared below you. It's barely able to continue flying. One of the wings has a giant hole in it.
Okay. I'm just gonna move back another 10 feet.
All right, Oren, what are you doing?
I am going to try to blast it again. And here we go.
Oh, hang on. It's 20 feet up in the air from the ground of the plateau here, so you're gonna have to probably move closer.
Okay, no problem.
So
Clear.
you get up here, you throw up at it.
I rolled for advantage. Boom, boom. Now, there's nobody that's actually in close or is the Pterax actually in close combat with it?
Thovideric is trying to stab it with a spear, and there is a fire elemental which is unleashing fiery attacks on its face.
But still, with an 18, that's not gonna break his. Oh wait, I know what to do. I'm gonna roll a
Psionic?
knack.
'Kay.
Yep. Golly.
Oh no.
Well,
It still failed.
whatever. It was a 9 and then just turned into 1. Whatever. So that means that my Sonic Dagger just cannot seem to do anything worthwhile against this. It slides into the ectopic mass and just absorbs like a splooch sound comes
Yep.
out.
Just a throop.
Curses! What can I do? That's about it.
Pickpocket.
What was that?
What?
You can pickpocket it.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you said something
right.
worse. Flank it. Oh wait.
We need to find you like a masterful, super magical goddamn weapon.
Wait, do you have a magical weapon, Orin?
No, I just used it on my brain.
Wait, this. Oh.
His psionic daggers are technically magical.
Yeah, they're magical.
The other one's missing.
If you only had a brain.
Yeah.
So Chris, Grimorn can see the thing faltering, flapping in the air, trying to maintain its mass as it's being blasted from various directions. What do you do?
Ball. Dexterity 19.
Okay. I only got a 17. Missed it by 2.
I'm gonna reroll the 1s and the 2s.
This bony dragon doesn't have much dex. Tons of con, tons of strength, but no dex.
Don't talk about my bones like that. How dare you? My bones are lovely.
5 fire damage.
Almost an irrational attachment, you know.
How much?
Giant. Huh?
How much?
55.
55, I think it dies. Yeah. You blow it up. Pieces of it go everywhere.
Wait, what?
A gooey explosion as the fireball causes an entire body to spatter everywhere.
Well.
What?
Okay.
I would say it's like
That was
Dragon Ball
crazy.
shooting
Like-
a giant fireball.
Like a meteorite, the body of the creature is going to crash down into the plateau, causing an almost tectonic shift. I'm rolling a bunch of dice.
What?
Flying.
Okay, so hang on a second. So some things happened real quick.
Cloud Ray.
Okay, so
Shut up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This square. 1, 2, 3, 4. This square.
I believe I can fly.
1, 2, 3, 4. This square.
I believe I can touch the sky.
This square.
Got a square.
Oh god, you guys got so lucky. Alright, those squares that I just marked collapse into the silt. They just drop away.
Whoa, where?
I step
What?
away from
Orin
that.
is like neck and neck with one of
Okay, so now there is a deep hole here, and here, and here, and here,
moved down a
and here. So you guys were luckily, none of you were in one of those spaces when it happened. All the dice I rolled determined where they would be, and it was random. So, lucky day.
I believe
Can we,
I can touch the
Take a look
sky.
inside and see if there's anything moving.
You look down into the holes, and it doesn't look like there's anything interesting. Just a bunch of sand dropping away into a sinkhole.
Oh, let's step away from this.
Yeah, who knows how deep those go.
Is there anything useful in his body?
I'm wondering if something might come out of these holes.
I've got holes.
Now, in addition to what just happened, the body of the mass of bones is laying there in a heap, and you guys can investigate it if you wish.
Yes, I would like to
I
do that.
will fly
Yeah.
down and investigate.
Investigation go.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do,
Can I
do,
activate
do.
detect magic and see if anything.
So that's gonna be. Oh no, we don't get an advantage on that roll actually.
Energy, can I find anything useful in this heap of bones? And what role would that be?
It's an investigate to dig into the big slimy pile of bones.
Investigate.
It looks like the mass does have a couple glowing objects in it.
Hmm.
Can I pull them out?
Alright, so using your detect magic, Grimorn, you go directly to these two glowing sources of light in the mass. You find a sword, and you find a suit of fine bronze splint mail.
Ooh.
What? He got whole ass armor?
And then the regular investigation is going to find a pile of coins and a pearl.
Wait,
So-
the 15 or the 19?
Either. Both. You know what?
So
I
what
should
is
get a
it?
different note
I will
card. This one's not
request-
going to work.
I will
Yep,
request
not
that.
that one.
I'm gonna name go Ulrog. Is that it?
Yeah, the half giant?
Yeah. I will request that they gather up the bones and put them in one of the craters.
Yeah, they throw him down the hole to get rid of him. Disgusting.
We
No,
could
no, no.
sacrifice.
I mean, like, no, I mean in a crater,
We could have
Big
sacrificed
not a
this creature.
sinkhole.
Thousands of dead bodies in one? Come on, big sacrifice.
Big monster.
Yeah, I meant in a crater.
Is this a? It's magical, so
Wait,
are the
yeah,
effects
no,
on
I
that?
think
or-
You don't know what the
Wait, hold on.
effects
I think I-
are. They haven't been identified, but you can tell that these are magic items. And that's why they've survived in the mass.
I think I may have been misinterpreting this map. Are these no, wait, point at them. Hang on, these users. Sorry, Doris. Look, you know.
Anyone
this,
cares?
this way. These
anyone-
things are these just rocks or craters?
Boulders. There are large boulders, like there's one on the plateau here, and there's some that are sticking up out of the silt out here, and here, and here, and here, here. So all of those are rocks that are tall enough to stick up out of the silt, that you could, like, hop onto.
All right,
Anyone cares?
never
if
mind. In the sinkhole works.
And then this here, this, like, central
that's
part
pretty
is all a
good.
tall plateau that's above the silt.
Split mail
Okay.
is heavy.
Yeah, heavy armor. It's got the look of a bouldery field. Good camouflage, that armor. And the longsword seems
Well,
particularly sharp.
While everyone does that, I'll just kind of grab one of the fallen. What's the word? It's like a gravestone, but like not specifically that. Tombstone, maybe.
All right.
Anyway,
Tyrian is going to comment that the fire elemental is a wild one, and she has no control over it. Now that its usefulness is done, maybe we'll have to deal with it.
Oh god.
Couldn't be Grimorn.
I'll
look,
let it
sit
go free.
Prius.
What do you want me to do against a fire elemental?
Talk to it.
That's
Speak wisdom
wild.
to it.
I'll talk to it in the fire language, and I'll tell it to go free.
Okay.
I can also,
We
I
don't
could also
want it any harm.
Okay. The fire elemental nods, and we'll just drift away off into the silt.
wait. We so it's just a free elemental now.
Yeah.
So normally when you use one of those, the fire elemental inside of it has no allegiance to you, and often if you're not like Grimorn is, like a fire cleric, it will probably just as likely attack you as it will attack whatever you threw it at. But because he's a fire cleric, he can basically just tell it, nah, we're friendly, go away, and it will.
I was gonna cast the spell magic.
The high priest. Well, that's unnecessary.
Yeah, he can do diplomacy with
Anyway,
fire
I
elementals, no problem.
I grabbed one of the tombstones and put it in front of the sinkhole the bones went into, and just kind of inscribed some like, "Here lies the mass dead of the. They will be missed." I don't know
Okay.
if killed them.
Trying to give them some form of proper burial.
To try to make sure they don't come back.
No more, no more, no more, no more.
Hey, Oren.
Yeah.
This sword might interest you.
Oh, you think so?
Invisible grave.
Yeah,
No more, no more.
I think
no
it might
more,
have
no
some Genesee. That's a air elemental, huh?
Ganassi could be not just a air elemental, it could be any type of elemental, I think.
But it seems to be
Well-
a lighter and very sharp weapon.
I would be glad to see if it's worth our while.
It is enchanted, so it still needs to be identified. Anyone minds if I put this armor in this bag of holding? It needs to be identified as well. Could be useful later on.
Okay.
It's heavy armor. No one can really use it right now.
Yeah, if
I
it's
could.
magical and
I
it's heavy
want
armor,
to.
we can always sell it. It's like
Yeah.
made out of metal too.
Oh shit! I deleted some of it, Ninja.
Just the armor part. No, I can copy it from my notes and place it back on there.
Thank you. Sorry about that. You might want to
some-
keep the sword information.
I'm probably gonna have to call it early here, guys.
Okay.
Gosh,
Hey,
Early?
Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired.
Oh. I would never do that to you.
You're
Gotcha,
right,
bitch.
you're right. I'm so sorry, Joe. This is the first time this has ever happened.
Are you guys gonna divide up the treasure, the coins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
alright.
Hey,
Good
you
night.
want to take a note of the silver?
Yeah, just yeah.
What is it divided by Omni?
5.
85 divided by 5. What is it?
17.
Yeah, 17 silver piece each, and then there's 1 pearl if anybody needs that.
A silver piece is equal to a ceramic piece, right?
No, it's
10.
diamonds.
10 ceramic
man.
pieces worth. So the Urakites, they're going to return to their bedrolls and making their camp preparations, and they're going to curse this cursed land and its cursed undead.
Well, at least we kind of purified it.
Yeah.
So,
You dealt with it, at least
I'll put the card
temporarily.
on your side, Orin.
unless there are more, and I point over to the other ruins over there.
Sky Will? Oh, I know. Might be AFK.
Chtekture doesn't need to sleep, so he is going to stand watch, and he's going to perch high on a boulder next to the Urakite camp, and he's just going to occasionally turn his head left to right, like a sprinkler, just to the left, and then snapping to the right, and then to the left, and then snapping to the right.
Before we
To
go
the
to bed,
Take it
I'm
back
gonna
now,
use my
huh?
staff and cast the Hero's Feast for everyone.
Everyone eats a hearty meal. You gain your temporary HP.
Yeah, you can re-roll it. It's 2d10.
Does it replace our old ones?
Mm-hmm.
No, you gotta re-roll it because you lose the effect and then you regain a new one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, what he said.
Oh, I get. Where's did it show? Or?
12? 16.
A little bit of delay there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the dice just like wiggle around and they don't
Mm-hmm.
like lay down flat, so they don't. put
And
it in
there's
the
enough
deck.
to also feed the people from Herrick.
The giants also return from their exploration. They're going to park themselves near your campsite on some rocky outcroppings that are right here. They're going to say they found the path and now they're going to rest and eat.
We found a giant golem and created some holes in the ground.
Yeah, they see.
Hopefully we'll be safe overnight.
Yeah, keep watch if you want, they say. They casually just begin snoring loudly.
I guess yeah, we'll cast that bubble
All right.
to protect us overnight.
You create your protective bubble and you all climb inside it. Except for Taurus. The Orokites have their own little campsite. They see you setting up your
course they
protective bubble and they're like, weaklings. The desert's good for you. It makes you tough.
I agree with them, and I go try to hang out with them a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
And go cuddle with them.
You're going to go hang out with Ulrig the Strong
I
in her
just wanna
skimpy bikini armor?
I just want to join their watch, you know. And now that everything's kind of calmed down, I can, you know, just kind of casually, you know, try to chat with what's her name in her bikini.
Chat
Okay.
with Bikini.
So approximately like 2 hours into first watch, the Silt runners begin to mass again nearby. And Omen is going to perk up and begin making agitated noises again. Letting
I do the
letting Taro know what's up.
I do the stomp thing again.
Okay.
Do you want to roll for it, or
I will attempt to stop you from doing that for a moment.
okay? As I pick
I'm-
up my, you're in the bubble, I thought, but what are we doing?
well, I can leave the bubble. I don't think I'm like barred.
You come outside while I'm
Anyway,
picking up my foot.
Yeah. Chris.
Yes?
Chris,
I'm
could
sleeping.
you cast that Hero's Feast spell, please?
Oh, I already did.
No, could you do it again?
No,
It's a once a day thing.
Why?
it's a level 6 spell.
Oh, okay. Alright, hold on.
You already had your share.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're asking if
Uh,
he's doing it for today, yes, he did it for today.
Yeah, I did it for today.
okay, alright, you walked off.
I'm confused. Oh, what do I need to roll
I
for that
send a
again?
message. to
2d10, I think.
Okay.
2d10 temporary hit
I
points.
send a message to the brain of one of the guys.
Okay, you're contacting the Silt runners. What do you say?
Wait, how far are they? Okay, they have to be in range. Behave yourselves, and a feast may await you. Do not, and only death may follow.
Yeah, they mostly keep their distance, but when they do get brave and come close, it's going to
So
agitate
anyways,
Omen, and then Taurus is probably going to stomp to drive them off.
Yep. So I'm stomping.
Okay.
I'm doing my stomp.
So they take your message, you warn them off psychically, and the mighty
19.
stomp is terrifying to them as well. 19's pretty good. It's not as strong as the giant stomp. It's not even as strong as your previous
Wait.
stomp.
Wait a second. Hold on. I can also throw on. Oh, I didn't use my mote of inspiration. How do I use that again? What do I get to roll a d8?
I think so.
Yeah.
Tack that on. Maybe you'll. You only needed a 20, so it'll definitely succeed. All right, two's
I'll
enough.
use my wait. And I have my psionic dice, which is there, because it's my psionic boosted ability. Another 2. So okay, 23.
All right, almost as good as last time. You stomp loudly, and they are driven back and warned. So
And then I start talking to I want to tell like a nature focused story. Like I just want to start telling some tales to the Urikites
all right.
around the fire. Just start chatting with them. So I'm just trying to recall something from my past. Something about the desert. 26 for a nature check. Learn something about nature to tell them.
All right. It looks like Ulrig and the Templars are not really having it. They're going to tell you to piss off. Dokula will listen to your story. She likes stories.
Okay.
Chitecture could
I
be
should not like
listening.
Dokula,
It's
but I
hard to
still do.
tell.
Hey, Skywheel. I put the card on your side.
It's
So
true.
wait, who
Dokula
does-
is like the least awful of these.
Right.
I mean, she's got some sort of like druid ranger stuff going on. She cares about the planet at least. It's like one redeeming quality.
So only Dokula likes it.
Yeah, like she listens to your story. Chitecture listened and didn't complain because he's just on watch and has nothing better to do and doesn't really emote anything. The Templars though, they're grumpy and sassy and they go right to sleep and try to ignore you.
What about Ulrich?
Yeah, Ulreg was not interested. Like not even a little bit. She's not having it.
All good.
I don't know why, but I just keep rolling really bad reaction rolls when you try to schmooze on her. She's just like, ew.
It's cool. No. It's cool. I got Dokula, and I got Chitecture. Yeah, they're cool.
She's probably going to be
Dokula's
more
cool.
impressed by combat prowess. Like you drop some strong enemies, and it might be more impressive to her.
I mean, I've already been doing that. She's about that
Well,
life.
technically, Grimoren got the kill shot on that last monster.
He just keeps doing it to me, man. He just
Stealing
keeps-
your kills.
I mean, I'm the one who sundered that bitch.
Couldn't even
Fucking
reach
broke
it.
the bones.
Stolen
That was a good
glory.
plan.
I was flying. Around.
Meanwhile, Ulrig's reaction to Grimoren is not bad. She's kind of giving you the look.
Oh jeez.
Do you want some death by snoo snoo, Grimoren?
Hell yeah, I want some death by snooze. You said chainmail bikini. I don't care.
Grimoren doesn't need those broken bones, right?
Oh, you're talking about Grimoren.
Yeah, because
Grimoren-
he stole the kill, right? So she's like,
She's doing it too, so that's why she's like, okay, Grimoren. Okay. God damn it.
I'm gonna have
just
to
like
use
in
one of
real
those
life,
bones as a
man. Just like in
vibrator.
real life, my boys be stealing my girls.
Nice.
Oh, do you remember the arena, Grimoren? No. Okay.
okay, so an 8-hour rest is going to happen, and
I'll help them with watch, and I'll go to sleep too.
the Silt Runners don't come back a second time, so you make it until the morning. Everybody gets their rest. If anybody needs to heal, you can roll your hit dice for healing.
Okay.
Well, Oren,
Yeah.
I put the card on your desk.
I do appreciate that.
You might want to make a note that those items have yet to be identified.
Yep.
The sword and the armor need an ID.
Sir. I'm just gonna take a regular long rest.
Hang on.
The
I'm
armor
on
is
my way.
obviously quite valuable, being made out of fine masterwork bronze and water drake materials.
Ooh.
What?
Now,
I might have to take the heavy armor.
She. Oh, I don't have heavy armor.
you put
I got medium and light armor. Wow.
You're looking for the card?
No. I can.
yeah.
I can
Is
only
it
Is this,
This
one?
one?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in this group uses heavy armor. It's
No.
totally not a useful item in this party.
Actually, as long as it doesn't have the weight requirement, what's his name does.
It does require strength 15, so
Soul.
Soul
Get him a strength belt.
Soul cannot even pick it up. Yeah, that's
I
right.
mean, it seems quite valuable.
It
and
is.
it's well made.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Where's
I
that?
appreciate that. I'll be using it in a couple times in combat, and I probably will eventually sell it. But, I do appreciate
What is it?
The sword.
the sword.
Oh.
The armor. I
That's cool.
need to replace my armor. That's
Where's the
one
armor at? Oh, suit of fine bronze split now.
thing. Yeah.
Wow.
It is like the weapon that I used in the military. Let's see, Genasi style.
Mhm.
I guess it would be a different style.
Yeah.
As mine would be ultra.
Elemental style.
I don't know if that has a certain style. Well, what? So there's nations, right?
Mhm. Yep.
So Altaruk, it's like south side of the tablelands here. Is there like a style that goes with every different little fort, or not fort?
There's
Other kind of like nations and.
there are cultures in every one of the city-states. There's a very definitive kind of culture, like Uruk, King Hamanu's place is like Babylonian, and Tyr is more sort of like Greek Roman, like a Spartacus style.
Okay.
And then Gulg is based on more of like Aztec, like living in the jungle and human sacrifice kind of stuff. So each of them has a culture. You'll notice like Gulg and Nibene, they have like a lot of woodcraft because they're in a foresty region. And then someplace like Nibene, they're really into mining and sculpture because all they have is rock. So everything's obsidian out there. Everything's a sculpture. So every place has its own culture. Altaruk, they have a mercenary and giant slaying culture because they have to wage sort of battles with the coastal giants and the beasthead giants. So Altarukans are used to fighting giants, and they have like a lot of giant specialized type armors.
Okay. So, actually, I would have some problems with this whole like, oh, we're gonna go ahead and just climb on their back, like this is okay.
Well, I mean, you'd mostly be used to fighting raider giants, whereas these
Right,
are
beasthead.
these are working. They're doing a job. So
So, so it's refreshing, maybe, I suppose. That non-murderous giants.
Yeah.
That's great.
just like you can meet merchants and you can meet bandits, the merchant will sell you something. The bandit will try to rob you. The same with the giants. There are good and bad giants. All right, so the giants, speaking of the giants, they're all going to come over and they're going to sit down on the plateau and open up their baskets, and they're going to say, "The sun rises and we must travel to the east before long, or we will not make it to the next island. We must not waste the hours of the day. Climb aboard, small ones."
I'm aboard.
All right.
Back up and go.
Thank you.
All right, everybody boards the giants in their bags, and the giants begin to set off to the east. It's a bit of a serpentine route The giant's feeling around for the correct path as it circles around, and they warn just to either side is a deep abyss, a chasm, and they must tread carefully, because straying from the path would mean certain doom. Alright, you progress. Hours go by.
What kind of doom?
Certain doom.
No, do it one more time.
Doom!
Sing the doom song.
There
Doom,
you
doom, 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 doom. Sorry, that was out of character.
The music from Doom 2016 plays.
Oh yeah, heavy metal.
Everybody with good perception is going to occasionally notice that the Silt Runners follow you again and continue to follow you throughout the day.
Vermins.
They seem nomadic, and when there's a chance that there might be some food, they're going to stay close to that chance, even if it's dangerous. So they're keeping an eye on your party in case one of you drops dead or something. Maybe they'll run over and eat your corpse. But they don't want to fight you directly, because they are very puny. So that's sort of how it goes. You travel the Silt Sea. The strong wind creates sort of a harsh whistle, and it's very abrasive. Anytime you open up your basket, it does not feel good on your skin. It's like sandpaper on your skin every minute that you're exposed to it. The giants, they don't seem to care. Their skin is like the crusty, leathery skin of a rhinoceros, and the wind just blasts against it with no effect. Giants don't even notice. Hours go by. The giants' pace slows down eventually as they begin to grow tired. But eventually they do see an island in the distance, and one of the giants will let out a happy shout and a clap, saying, there's the island. And the others say, oh, my feet! All this walking, they ache. When will we get there? And so they continue on until they reach the next island, where you guys can make camp. And you feel yourselves rising up, and the giants are climbing up onto a low island in the silt, covered by twisted shrubs and a few stunted trees. The giants let you down and lay themselves down to rest. One of them rubbing at his aching feet, and the other one's setting up a bit of a makeshift camp, clearing some boulders so that they can lay down without a bunch of sharp rocks in their backs. Seems like the light is fading, and the fog darkens all around you as the last dying rays of sunlight disappear from the horizon.
Put camp together.
You guys are putting the camp together.
Right back in a moment.
So, one thing I was wondering is, so if those silt striders are that fragile and weak, would it be worth me hopping out of the basket to go hunt them, since I can run across the silt?
If you want to.
How many of them are there?
30.
Is it something that we need to roll for, or should I just go ahead and, is it that much of a contest?
Well, you have to roll a stealth. And they've got a perception.
Oh, okay. All right then.
You're hunting them, but the tides may turn. If they notice you, they might start hunting you.
I'll give you a guidance before you go.
All right. Maybe we'll get some fresh meat for our travels.
I'll give you a D4.
All right. So this is going to be first my stealth roll. And you said there's a D4 involved?
Yep.
So that's going to be a 22 plus D4.
Oh my, come on. Nice.
Okay, so
24.
26.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, you got a 26, they got a 12. So you're sneaking around, and they haven't noticed you.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and just I'll
right.
sneak up until
So-
I get close to one and sneak attack it. And go
This
ahead.
is pretty tricky because of the silt. There's a number of boulders that you could hop to. So you're gonna have to make several acrobatics checks to get near one.
Oh, okay. A I'll make an acrobatics check. Boom.
If you had some form of flying, this would be easier. You can walk on the silt, though, so I guess you are actually
Yeah,
fine to
22.
walk on it. So do you wanna stay on the rocks so you're like Batman, you have the high ground and you can jump down on one of them, or do you want to sneak around in the silt since you can walk on it?
Well, my plan was to sneak around the silt and just using the body equilibrium, kind of my psionic power, just to kind of hold myself somehow psionically on the silt. Because normally it's like water; it's just quicksand. It's
Yeah,
just
you would
all
sink in it normally, but you can run on it if you use your ability.
So, but I can only run using that bonus action. So I can't move. Like I can't hustle across it. I can only like make the regular 30-foot move. I think maybe I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm back.
try to jump on a rock, and because I imagine I can't just attack it from my side knife because it will die and then fall into the silt, and that's not okay.
Yeah, you probably want to emerge from stealth and grab one or something.
Right. So I will go ahead and try out this new sword that they gave me.
All right.
And do I make it to a rock with 22?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Attack roll.
All right, so you hop across several rocks until you're above one of the creatures that's hunkered down. He's on the edge. It's like he was trying to scout the camp, and he's looking off towards the campfires, and so he doesn't see you on the rock above him.
Something's wrong. Oh, here it goes.
You hit him with your weapon, and when you do, roll an extra... Oh, wait, no, never mind. You had a 19?
19.
Okay. It hits. It does damage. Nothing special.
D10.
But it does 1 extra damage. So you can tell it's at least a +1 weapon. But nothing activates when you swing.
So 27.
Oh,
Then
27.
+1.
Okay, with a single swing, you take its head off. Whack! You have a headless little reptilian body, and laying at its feet, or clutched in its hand, is like a small primitive weapon.
Okay. Well, if it's a primitive weapon, is this thing safe to eat? I don't know what this is. I took
Eating
back
it
up to the-
eating it would be like eating an iguana. So you can do it, yeah.
Okay, all right. Because I was kind of wondering, like, is this like eating people?
Nah.
But I bring it back, hustling back up to the giant, and try to get back on. Since I can go ahead and take shortcuts over the silt when they do their serpentine path, I will catch up with them and climb back on to the giant, and climb up acrobatically, swinging up his furs and what have you.
Did you say you were taking the spear or no?
Yeah, I'll take it if I've still got it. Sure.
Okay.
We can look at it more when we aren't being pelted by sand and.
Does anybody know about repairing items in the group?
I can repair tools for my kank herding, but that's about it. I've got leather worker. So if it's like armor, I could repair, but I can't do much else with that.
Yeah, what you would want is smith's tools. A
Yeah, I
smithing,
don't really have that.
crafting
I'll
check.
just bring it up. I'll just bring it up to Grimoire and say, "Hey, maybe you think your blacksmith could help me with this?" We'll show him the war pick.
Is it made of chitin at all?
No, it's an iron.
Okay. Well then, no. I really am not trained with that.
Okay, so here's a little spear made of flint and bazrag bone. It seems of high quality for a Stone Age tool, although it's quite small. More like a half spear to a human, I guess. Clearly made by silt runners. But it doesn't look as fragile as it should be for a primitive weapon.
Okay.
Normally, a fragile stone weapon would break on a roll of 1, 2, or 3, but this one only breaks on a roll of 1.
You should use it to impale the head of that creature. To scare them away.
It
set
just
it
put its
upon
own
what?
head on its own spear.
Right. But perhaps an idea. But set it on what? Just hold it outside the giant as we stride through the wastes here. I can't put it on the ground. There's no ground to set it upon.
There's all ground around here.
Well, now that we are taking camp, aye.
Okay. At some point after eating their meal, the Urukites are going to dispose of their garbage off the side of the little island where you're perched. And within a short time of that, a bunch of the Silt Runners are going to sneak close and eat all of the refuse that they discarded.
Gangers.
Are you guys going to do anything when a few of
Repeat
the...
that sentence, please.
Okay, so Omen will become alerted
Wait,
that...
Stop. What? Go back.
Well, if you listen, Omen will become alerted that several of the Silt Runners are coming towards the little island that you're on. Because
What about
the
refugees.
Urukites throw their refuse, their garbage, their food scraps over the side of the island into the silt, and the Silt Runners are going to run over and try to eat it. Like
If I
old
see
apple
them-
cores and banana peels and things that they've discarded. The starving Silt Runners are gladly going to consume anything organic that is thrown down there.
I was imagining
they,
a lot worse than that, but okay.
If they go and do that, and I see them do that, I'm not even gonna stop this time. I'm just gonna kind of examine the Silt Runner.
Okay. They grab the scraps of food and scamper away.
Littering and
About that hero's feast spell.
I'm never gonna waste a spell like that on these creatures.
Oh, I think he means he wants it.
No, but look at them.
Oh, he did mean to give it to them.
No,
Wow.
What?
Well,
Benevolent.
if you have 1,000 ceramic pieces to waste, yeah, you can give it to me.
How expensive is this freaking spell?
1,000 ceramic piece.
Per cast.
Yeah.
He's
How
thinking
much
about
is
it
a
now.
silver
He's,
piece?
10 ceramic. So it would be 100 silver.
A silver
are you
piece is
really
10.
about to spend $1,000 on some animals?
How much is a
What is
gold
he doing?
piece? Well, no.
He wants to feed the Silt Runners so that they'll stop
Right.
attacking.
But they're already. They're already. I mean, the spell provides more than we could possibly.
Yeah.
do, right?
No.
Oh.
It only covers 12 people.
Well. Okay.
Yeah, it's not even enough to feed the Silt Runners. You'd be able to feed half of them, maybe.
Well, what about the
No,
giants? I
We're,
mean, you can
we're
sell-
using
feed
we're
some of
using
that,
it to feed us and the Urkites.
Right.
maybe.
Oh,
Always
good
do
idea.
the
I
mermaids.
fly over to the giants.
So the Giants, they were laying down to rest. What do you want?
What do you eat for food?
Well, like we said the other day, we're very fond of tentacles. The creatures of the Silt Sea, big tentacly monsters. Sometimes they squirt an oil that's not very tasty, though, so you have to kill them and squeeze all the oil out so you can eat the tentacles clean.
Okay. Do you have any food that you're not particularly fond of?
Our supplies are short. We only bring enough to make the trip there and back from Bitterwell to our island.
Okay, never mind.
He's going to open up a backpack and reveal a bunch of calamari. Big squiddy tentacles all coiled up in his bag.
Do you have any rotted food?
What's rotted?
No, I suppose it doesn't happen very
Like
often.
decayed.
Yeah, the Giants don't really understand. Like, they will eat anything. Their stomach is so tough that rotten food does not affect them at all. So they don't even have like a concept for rotten. Like, it's just one of those weird things that humans say. Just like the idea that you might be scared of some Silt Runners was like comical to them.
All right, fine. Freaking hill giants.
In this world, food is scarce. That's why we're managing our food supplies.
The giants, though, they're adapted to just like eat it. Like if it was like a cactus, they'd eat it and they wouldn't even care. Just whatever. Thorns, no problem.
Well, I don't have any food generation abilities, so I guess that'll have to do for now.
Yeah, the giants, they don't give up any of their food. So if you want to share some of yours, the Silt Runners will snatch up anything you discard.
Yeah, I do have this big mass of it that I never actually use.
Sure. Hey, you guys have taken meat from a variety of things that you've killed, so a bunch of you probably have pounds and pounds of meat.
Well, no, I don't.
Do we have any of that frickin'
Cloud Ray?
That Cloud Ray left?
That wasn't sold yet?
The luxury.
Boy, that would be a meal, right? You know, these tiny little Silt Runners eating, like, the king of the desert, the Cloud Ray. It'd be like a guppy eating a whale. All right. So, is that a yes? Is that a no? I can't hear anything. My audio's going to shit. I think my internet's dying. Everybody sounds robotic to me. I hope you can hear me, because I can barely hear any of you. Oof. I wonder what my Twitch status is. Let me look at this. Has my stream even... Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's still going on the stream. Maybe it's a Discord problem.
Is that better?
Yes.
I can hear you now. Yeah. Okay, maybe it's fixed.
I said I throw 20 servings of sweet lizard at them.
Ooh. Well, that actually feeds 2/3 of them. There were 30. Well, there's 29 of them now, I guess, so it's slightly more than 2/3.
Giants?
Wait, what happened?
No, Silt Runners.
One of them died.
Well, you didn't see it, but Oren snuck out there and assassinated one of them.
I did.
Oh.
I didn't
Okay,
know
well, they
that.
can have some old tank globules that I apparently have.
Oh, yeah, Kank globules. That's tasty. Okay, there's some screeching, hissing noises as the
Kills
9...
one, don't they eat? Wouldn't they eat it?
Well, the 9... I don't know. He only left the head. He took the body. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
I guess they'd eat the
Wouldn't they
head.
the head?
I mean, that's kind of gross. Would you really want to eat somebody's head? If you were really starving, you might do it, but...
You said they have 3 intelligence. They're animals.
Yeah, they'd probably do it. Anyway, so the 9 that didn't get a meal from the donation, they will fight the ones that did, and so various battles are...
I said I tossed 10 more... Wait, I said I tossed 10 more globules down.
Okay, so they begin fighting, and you throw 10 more globules, and the ones that were fighting stop fighting to go eat them. Okay, so they were going to attack your camp 4 times tonight, but because they've gotten a meal, they will retreat after that, and so you won't get attacked. And you guys are able to finish a long rest. Yeah, I rolled high. They were going to attack 1d4 times during the night, which would have been a real hassle, because that would be pretty hard to get a rest, but now that they're not starving anymore, they're a lot less likely to try anything against a group as strong as yours.
Are these things like, what's the word? Like, can they, like, do anything useful at all?
Silt Runners are psionic creatures, and they do have several abilities. They have the same ability that Orin has to do the body equilibrium, where they can run across silt. In addition, they have some enhanced sensory abilities that allow them to see and smell better when they're in the silt, so that they can track enemies more effectively. They've got a bunch of psionic concealment powers that allow them to hide better. So if they don't want to be found, they can really disappear into the silt, and they'll be very hard to detect. Things like that. I mean, it's mostly not like combat related. It's mostly mobility and hiding.
I've gotten myself an idea. I'm gonna go back to the Giants.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I'm taking up a lot of time, but I like doing stuff like this.
Oh, this is good. I like that.
It was fun.
Okay, what the Giants are just lazing about, right?
Yeah, the Giants had a long day of carrying all your asses over here to this island for like 10 hours, so they are all like groaning and trying to catch a few hours of sleep. So you return once again to ask more questions, and the Giant will grumble, but he'll roll over and say, "Oh, what do you want?"
How do you hunt things?
Well,
What?
I stand real tall, and I look out over the Silt Sea, and if I see movement, I'll pick up a big rock. And I throw the rock. And then I go over and I pick up the rock, and whatever was under the rock, I eat it.
May I offer a potentially more advantageous way to do that?
More advantageous than a rock. Can't imagine it.
Yes. See those? Remember the silt runners, the little reptile thingies?
Yeah.
They have exceptional detection abilities. If you feed them a small portion of the catch, you could probably get more food, and you wouldn't have to keep doing the stomping thing, like freaking make them go away.
Oh, he was only doing that for effect. Most of the time, the Silt Runners wouldn't even attempt to go after a Giant's ankles. They would just get stepped on.
Alright, well still, you can just get them to go find things for you to smash. It's symbiosis.
Okay. The Giant rolls his eyes at you and rolls over to go back to sleep.
Well, that was worth a shot, I guess.
You just thrown a dictionary to their head right there. It's like, symbiosis, what is that?
I'll try the shaman later. Maybe that'll be more efficient than the Neanderthals or the troglodytes.
All right. The next day, the sun comes up. Thovaderic is in an especially vile mood when he awakes. He kicks his companions awake and tells them to get their lazy bones up. We've got a mission to complete. He's going to draw his weapon and point to the horizon and say, "Giants, we have work to do. The mighty Lord Hamanu has commanded us to complete our task, and we will be about it as soon as possible."
5 more minutes. That's great.
So the Giants, they get up, they pack up their stuff, they come over and sit down on the island and open up their baskets. Thovaderic and his people, they're going to begin piling in and closing up all of the baskets.
What's
You
my
are aware they
giant's
could
name?
just leave us here, right?
Yeah, like the Giants they get into are just going to begin moving, so you guys are left behind.
No, jump in the basket. Right?
Okay.
The giant that I get on, the one I've been riding the whole time.
Uh-huh.
What's his name? Do you have a name? Any kind of name? What kind of-
Babungus.
Babungus.
Nice.
I go, yo, Babungus. You ready?
Babungus is ready.
Okay, buddy.
That's great.
All right, so everybody mounts up onto their giant, and the giants wade off into the Silt Sea. At first, the giants seem pretty tall, but before long, they're in a rather deep section. Many of them will lift the basket up over their head, and only like their shoulders and their head are sticking up out of the silt. And
I tell Babungus before we go, sorry, that I think I got the foot thing down.
the stomp.
I show him a good stomp real quick.
Make the puny creatures fear the mass of your crushing feet.
It's not good. I just woke up, you know.
Yeah.
I just woke up. It's a little weak, but I tell him, I'll get the hang of it.
You
Pretty.
gotta warm up.
I hit it right in the sun. I hit it right in some
Am I
sand.
sensing
Like it was
any,
straight sand.
Am I sensing any silt walkers right now?
The Silt Runners retreated after they got a meal. They were not as interested in your party after that. So you're able to
Okay.
put a little distance between yourself and them. Now, about halfway through your day of travel, Grimorn, you're going to spot something on the horizon. So you're being carried through the Silt Sea upon the shoulders of your giant guides. You're becoming weary of the endless straits of changeless silt, and with no apparent end to them, you're beginning to sink into a deep depression. Boy, this guide really assumes a lot about your inner state. However, today something appeared on the surface of the silt, most likely pushed up and into the air by the eddies and tides of the dust, deep beneath the surface. At first, you can only make out the vague outline of a structure upon the surface of the silt, but as you approach, you see the wooden hull of some ancient and great vessel, weathered with age and cracked and splintered along the length. Even the giants are a little nervous of going any closer. They've never seen anything like this vessel. With great apprehension, you carefully climb up onto a bit of a rise that this ship is perched on. All right, everybody grab your figurines off this map.
This is interesting. Some of the figurines are floating.
I got mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
this one
it's
was
an
the
undead
fire
pirate ship.
elemental.
I think Manu's men too.
He went free. You got Hamano's men off?
Of the table now.
Excellent. Oh, wait, let me grab this little movement range thing. Get
A
that
hidden
off the
ship.
board. All right.
Wonder there might be some treasures left over in there. Ooh. The volcano? Not yet, huh?
Not yet.
But we do get the ship here.
Yeah, this is off in the distance. You're not quite there, but in 3 or 4 hours you will be.
You guys want to see the ship? Have you seen over there to the horizon?
Okay, so you find yourself a ship. What a strange sight. There hasn't been water here in eons.
Have we ever heard of those ships that can
Do you want to
sail
know
on
what this
top of
is?
silt?
I asked the giants.
The giants have no idea. They've never seen anything like it.
Do we
Okay,
know
I'm gonna
of-
tell
Yeah,
them what it
that's
is.
not
They're
something
just
in-
sitting there
in
baffled.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I just tell the giants what it is, so that they have to stand there baffled. It's like in the
Right.
ancient age, there is a thing called water. It's a bit like silt, but it's like the ink, but not
Mhm.
as sticky and terrible. And, yeah.
I'm rolling a history check. Is that okay?
Yeah, you can roll it if you want.
Dirty 20.
So, anybody who knows anything about it will only have the vaguest recollection of some ancient lore about the Blue Age, where there was allegedly, like, vehicles made of wood that would, like, ride across the water, as if there could ever be as much water as a vehicle could ride on it. What a fantastical mythology the people that told me that must have had. That's sort of where you'd be at with that, because like it's such a bizarro story. Like nobody for like 100 generations has even imagined an ocean.
What kind of ancient artifact? What might we
I tell
find
them-
on this ship?
They used to have stories about these things, this stuff called ocean, that like was made up of like water, like the stuff you drink, like big things of water, like as far as the eye could see, and
Wow.
Yeah, but it would be
So,
such an
lots of water.
outlandish concept. It wouldn't even make sense. It would be like saying you've got a mountain made of candy canes.
Right.
Blasphemy! I don't believe that the god of water had that much power.
Oh no, they don't know more, because the fire guy is so strong now. But but they did have water. You remember that time we were at the Silver Springs and I jumped in the water? No, there's that much water. You don't see a lot of that anymore.
Yeah,
But there was like
remember.
enough water that you could go swim in the water.
Yeah, I remember all the zombies that fell in the water.
No, that was at Nibene. But anyways, that was at the water temple in Nibene. But in Silver Springs, all the water that was there. Imagine water all around us, as far as the eye can see. It would have been crazy.
So who's brave? Who's going to investigate the ship? You have three possible points of investigation. You can go around to the back where there are two sides. There's 2 and there's 3. You can try to go to either of those through the back. Or somebody who can fly could fly up onto the upper deck and look around on the top deck.
I'd like to go toward the back, since I can't fly.
Scan for signs of life.
I'm gonna go in what you said, 3? Or around here, the back?
You detect 4 life forms.
Who's gonna come with me at the back?
I will. I drop down immediately.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Where's
Make sure
your
you don't
character?
get hurt.
I'm not gonna be in the front though. Morgue?
Wait, I was doing a life scan.
That's okay, go ahead.
And you detected 4 life forms within the ship.
Okay, I'm just gonna fly around to see if I can't get a rough estimate as to where they are.
You feel like there's life forms that are here in 5. And you feel like there's probably also a life form in 6.
Alright, you guys get a rough estimate of that now, so I'll just join up with everyone else because I'm not going by myself.
Now, the people that are on the ground, you can see that there's like some very rotten planks of wood here, and then there's like a wooden wall. There's no door. There's no path here, but maybe you could do something when you get there, because it does look incredibly ancient and rotten, this wood. So if you wanted to, you could try to step onto the little ledge that is too. Or, on the other side, this is torn away, like the wall that would have been here, not there. Which means you can actually walk up into what is like a room in 3 where there's a door that goes into the interior.
We take the easy way in.
Well, then
I'd
that's
like
what
to
I'm going
bust
to
open
do.
the door at between 2 and 4.
Oh.
Like the wall.
Okay, so you step onto the ledge here at number 2, Taurus.
Sure.
I'll go with
I'll
you,
hit the
Lauren.
wall.
What the original purpose of this area may have been is impossible to tell now. Most of this chamber is missing, along with the remainder of the stern of the ship. Now only a tiny portion of the floor remains, and the walls are little more than rotted planks clinging to the hull for their very existence.
I'll hit the wall and just try to open up 4.
Okay. You hit the wall. Suddenly, there's a tremendous creak, and everything around you collapses. All right. Is anybody close enough that they can grab him?
I wasn't planning on being there.
No.
Soul is going to try to grab you and hold on to you. He actually succeeds. He grabs a hold of you. This is like a dramatic moment where he's like, grab my hand, and you just barely like catch his hand as the floor drops out from under you. And he almost gets yanked right off the ledge because he weighs so much more than him, but like he grabs a hold of something over here, and he's like, oh, you're too heavy. But in that moment, you're able to grab something, so then you can climb up.
Does that say 15?
Telekinesis.
Yeah, it's a 15-foot drop into the silt.
Almost 15 foot tall.
Yes, but the silt is deadly, and you would begin choking immediately.
Oh, it's like a sinkhole.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, telekinesis.
I thought this was like a platform.
Yeah, it is, but it collapses as soon as you touch it.
No.
So the wall doesn't open up?
I think it's supposed to drop you into the pit before you manage to get into 4. If you would like to, you have enough reach, you could smash the wall from where you're standing.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
All
I'll
right.
Smash it.
So while you're smashing this wall down, which takes a minute, what's everyone else doing in 3?
I think we were just
Watching
gonna go.
Well-
Taurus to make sure he doesn't fall into a sinkhole.
Yeah,
with
I kind of
telekinesis.
feel like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Okay. I feel like doing the same thing that
That
you were
was
saying,
done.
Ringside. I started creeping up into 3 from the sand. Is it kind of? I'm imagining an incline on the wood going up into the ship.
Yep.
And I take like a few tepid, creaky steps, and then I look over and I see Taurus just collapse, and fall into the silt.
Almost on himself.
Almost. But I mean, I can just look. It's like mouth slightly agape. It's just-
When
it's-
when I do that, I yell out to them, "You guys should probably tie off to each other."
Good idea.
Yeah, Taurus can tell once that floor drops away that there's actually probably a pretty big sinkhole under the entire ship, and it's like resting on top of it precariously.
Oh,
And every
wow.
time you step on these really ancient wooden planks, they give a really long creak as if they're barely supporting everyone's weight.
I pull out a 50-foot long
Hey,
rope.
we had the benefit of a long rest, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
I pull out a long rope, and then we can tie
Arcane
it
Eye,
around our-
scan the ship.
What are you scanning?
The entire ship with Arcane Eye.
30 feet.
What I was gonna try and do
And
was
movable with an action.
find
Okay.
a rock outside and
Well,
bury-
where does your arcane eye go first?
I'll stay out here. You guys can tie off to me.
I was gonna tie off to a boulder with my sword, tied to the rope, and then bury that
I'll go with
over off to the
I'll
right.
go with Taurus, and I'll tie up to Taurus.
Okay, in here, your arcane eye is just going to see a hallway.
I
Taurus.
just opened up.
Alright,
I just opened up the.
Scanning
the
the
thing.
entire place,
I'll throw you up there.
zone by zone.
Okay.
I asked you guys to hold on while I scan.
I'm tied up to Taurus, though.
Okay.
And Soul is tied up to you as well, I guess.
Yeah, Soul will probably go with you.
So your eye looks in 4, and it looks like a crew cabin. It looks in 5, it looks like a captain's cabin. It looks in
I
6,
got
it looks like a
rope.
galley. It looks in 7, it looks like a main hold. It looks in 8, it looks like a secret store.
I got
So,
I got a 50-foot rope, Grimoire, as well, and I have a 30-foot chain on the war pick.
Okay. So we're tied up pretty solid.
is there anyone like
You did
alive?
not see any creatures in any of the rooms, but your life sense does detect 4 creatures in the ship. But they were not visible. Not a 1.
Ninja, I am going to take the 30 feet of chain and tie off myself to like an anchor point
Okay.
so that I can just be with them.
So that could either be a rock outside or maybe one of the wooden beams of the ship.
No, the rock outside.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna stay back here. I'm tied off so that I don't fall into the silt, but they're tied on to me. And
Yeah.
I'm coming off the center point right here. So
Uh,
they got
hey,
50
guys.
feet from me that they can go.
I'm hoping that I might be able to hold somebody up, even if we did fall into the silt, but I don't know about that yet.
No, I'm tied off to a rock, and you guys can tie off to me.
We're
Okay.
gonna move slowly. Is it possible to tap the planks in front of us and see if they're gonna hold our weight?
Sure. All right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So you're moving through the crew cabin. This large chamber evidently served as the crew's quarters, judging from the rotting bunks that line the north and south walls. In the center of the cabin, lying on its side, is a rotten table, its former contents spread across the floor. Besides decayed clothing, the only item of any value seems to be a copper flagon lying on the floor beside one of the bunks. And lying next to the flagon is a dusty bottle of wine with its cork intact.
What's a flagon?
It's like a metal cup.
Okay.
Like a beer stein.
It's like a mug, but with like metal rings around it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it. I cast a detect magic and keep the concentration on that for the time being.
Okay, you've got a detect magic going. It doesn't spot anything here.
I'll tell to Soul collect the wine and the flask.
All right, let me make a note here.
This might be
I'm
a
going
nice
to warn
gift.
you, there's 4 living things somewhere around here, and you can't see them with conventional senses.
That's okay. This might be a good gift for one of your courtesan.
All right, he picks up the ancient bottle of wine and the copper flagon. He looks at it and he says, this looks like it's probably worth a couple silver, I guess. And he tucks it into his backpack.
Or it might be a nice gift for
But
one
you-
of your friends in the city, one of the merchants.
The Urakites are here, right?
The Urakites think this is a waste of time. They tell their giants to keep moving.
I guess we'll move slowly to the corridor, and we'll tap the plank over here.
All right. You tap the planks, and occasionally one of the planks will go through and drop away into the sinkhole. So you're able to mostly avoid any weak points. There's not many holes, and so only a couple times does it drop away.
When you guys go into the corridor, I tell you to throw me the rope back. Throw the rope back so I can tie off straight from down the corridor.
Can I
Because
take
right now we
point?
went this way.
Okay, so
Instead of going this way, I just tell you to drop the rope and send it back this way to me.
Yeah.
yeah, are we done with 3? Because I'd like to take point if I could. And as I do, I'd like to be using my body equilibrium to not apply much pressure to the ground as much as possible.
All right.
In the same manner that when to walk across silt, I will be trying to even out my pressure. Maybe I'll go down on all 4s.
Do you see that C that's on the board? That's a hatch that leads to the upper deck.
Okay.
So when you're at C, you can go up.
I'd also like to be sneaking, if I may. So, I mean, clearly they know that we're here because loud noises have been made, creaking and what have you, and shouting.
Sure.
But I would like to go ahead and sneak the best I can as I go forward.
All right. You start sneaking. You get into the intersection where there's a door on either side.
Yep, 22. I'll take the right door.
All right. You go into the captain's quarters.
I want to ready in action to like pull them back if they, you know.
Oh
yell for
gosh.
me.
Okay. Yank.
Come
All
on.
right.
Back of my head into the wall.
This cabin is as decayed as the rest of the ship. Apparently, this was once the captain's cabin, given the rotted furnishings and the tattered art hanging on the walls. In one corner of the room sits a collapsed bunk, while the remains of a wooden desk rest in pieces against the opposite wall. Above the desk sits a rack containing what were once maps. One collection of scrolls still survives, sealed in a dirty bone scroll case.
That looks interesting. I will go ahead and investigate gingerly, as gently as I can. Picking about
I'll
the room.
attempt to stop you really quick. Sorry about that. I just want to percept if I can see anything that might be a living thing.
There are 3 living creatures in the room still. They seem to be under the bed.
Don't
Creepy
run.
crawlers.
You
They're
told
in
us
there.
Let
You
me come
told
in.
us that there were creatures in the ship, but I'm sure it's hard to communicate, from the mind to mind. Do you have mind?
Yeah, he's telepathic. He can do that all the time.
Oh, well then, so he can actually directly communicate the location of these. Oh, so then I know that there's something in this room.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's doing all the time, is in everybody's head.
Okay.
He doesn't have
It's a combat. Well, no, I have to communicate with one person at a time, but it's a combination of telepathy, magical vision, and life sensing.
Okay.
he doesn't have a concept of personal space.
Right.
Yeah. He's just in your head all the time. I wouldn't think that if I were
Hey, you. Anyway,
Well, I will go ahead and use
there's
a dice and get the 5 people telepathy going on, so I can go ahead and speak with everyone without opening my mouth.
So somebody.
Be careful, my friends.
Do I have to see the? Wait, let me check telepathic speech. I need to make sure that I can just talk to them without having to talk. If it can communicate, so I want to see if I can't just brain it. That was a stupid way of saying that sentence. Creature you
anything-
can see. Oh well.
Is there anything that glows magical in the room?
Above the desk on the rack, scrolls that are like spell scrolls, they glow, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, you have magical scrolls up there.
I'll just tell whatever's under the bed to reveal itself
All right.
with words.
Amigo.
Whatever's under the bed does not reveal itself.
How dare it?
Is it
Well,
right?
I'm just gonna leave that there and go ahead and go.
He
to...
said, "Well, then I'm done."
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can, without waking whoever's or whatever is sleeping in the broken bed, I will grab the case and take my
wait.
leave.
You have a telekinesis.
Okay, so you go to the desk, you grab the scroll case, and you dip out. So the scroll case, it's sealed, which has protected whatever was in it throughout the thousands of years. Most people can't read, so really only like a preserver or defiler wizard would be able to make any use of these scrolls. It just so happens that Jared, the Urukite, is a defiler wizard, and possibly Sol might be able to make some use of these as well.
Oh wait.
Also,
And it just so
Hamanu's
happens
crew,
that guy's not getting it.
right? But Hamanu's crew isn't in here, is it?
No, they said this is a waste of time. We've got a mission to do, and they continued on.
Oh really?
Yep, they
It's like
did.
that. Well, then let's make some haste here. I do understand that there's something living in here as well. I wait for Ringsight and I speak telepathically to him. My friend, do you sense something in here as well?
The room, when you
I
dip
don't
into
know,
it,
yeah,
is the ship's galley. The ship's galley was holed by whatever sank the ship. Much of the floor is missing. You know what? These numbers seem wrong. Shouldn't that be 8?
8 is
No,
next to it.
that's the secret store.
Yeah. The sinkhole in the silt. Number 8 is right next to it. I don't know how to point at it.
Yeah, it's just weird because they're
Just wait till you get
the
there.
description for 6 is what 8 looks like. It's there's a giant hole in the floor.
Yeah.
The walls and ceiling show evidence of a fire, and much of the wood is blackened and scorched.
Anything glowing in this room?
You don't see any glow, but it looks like there might be a skeleton down in the hole.
In 6 or in the 8?
6.
You use telekinesis to get it out.
There's a skeleton.
The description says 6, but it really looks like this should happen in 8. But we're just going to go with it. It says it happens in 6, so it happens in 6.
Looks like somebody got
does the
stuck in that
skeleton have
hole a
something
long time
useful?
ago.
Well, he's down in a hole, and getting in there to grab it is possibly dangerous. It is down in the silt.
Wait, what does it have?
Hard to tell. To investigate the skeleton, you'd have to go down in there.
Sounds like
Or-
a job for Orin.
Mage hand.
Or
Yep, Oren or Mage Hand or Telekinesis. Any of these options would do the trick.
All right. As I'm, picking about the hole and looking for the best way to make it down, you can go ahead and be working on the mage hand angle.
Angle of the dangle.
Okay, so he's climbing in, and you're lifting the skeleton up. Is that what's going on? Meet in the middle.
Yeah, but before I can really make my way down into it, I'm kind of like
Walking fast. Pace the pass.
All right. So, lifting the skeleton up out of the hole reveals that it is not as ancient as the ship. It is wearing rather modern equipment, like you'd see any old desert traveling mercenary wear. So this body, like, he must have been a treasure hunter, and something killed him when he was looking for treasure in the ship. And suddenly, just then, a white horror erupts from the sand underneath the skeleton and begins to lash out with its numerous tentacles. This is a combat. Should we wait for next week for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
okay.
I pull them out.
This is what the giants were talking about.
This is giant food right here. You have encountered a white horror, which is the big tentacled monster. If you can kill it and get its tentacles, the giants would very much like to eat them.
If we can't kill it.
If we can kill it, if it's
I
good.
don't know.
Well, like any octopus, it could always
Jet away.
jet away into the silt and not be caught. So it.
Yeah,
Not if
I
we
would
get it
waste
close to
making
me.
so-
I mean, white horror's probably not going to beat you in combat. It's not that strong, but it does have the element of surprise, and it gets like 8 attacks right now. So
Yeah.
that should be
8
fun.
attacks.
Yep.
Well,
Wait-
at least one of those tentacles has to hold on to something.
When you're fighting an octopus, get ready for 8 attacks.
Slap in the face. Slap
Yep.
in the face.
All right. So that was tonight's game. Thanks for watching out there in Twitch land.
Woof.
Good job. Good